all your freaking doodads and your whatever settings you use, compression,
Terrible
socks,
person.
whatever you do.
My Giffelgorps and my Whatsamuzuzits.
I mean, those are gibberish, so no.
What do you mean, no?
No.
No?
I bought about 14 games since.
Mega.
It's not really the amount of games, it's the total cost. That's what we're interested in.
I mean, if it was like $1 each, then that's only like $16. If it's more, that's a little... bleh.
I would say the minimum that I've been buying stuff, it's like $10.
The minimum. Meaning at least $140.
160.
He said 14, didn't he?
He said 16.
And the max, depending on the game, is about like 20.
Was it 14 or 16 games?
I may or may not have spent
I said
$1,000 this month. This
Fuck
past.
yeah.
1,000?
I'll be back.
What?
That's way more than I spent.
Wait, was it 14 or 16? Chris cut you off.
Mega said 16.
14 games.
Fuck
14? You said 16.
Fuck you, man.
I said 14.
Actually, let's bring
Get
that back. Let
Get
me see.
fucked,
It was
get
like
fucked, get
3,
fucked.
and then
But here's the thing: I've also bought
spent a lot of money.
few movies. So
Oh yeah, that makes a difference.
Wait, Chris, how have you spent $1,000?
I'm gonna calculate it now. It's about 1,000.
Alright.
A lot of money.
Also, welcome to the 50th episode of the podcast.
Why'd you say it so quietly?
I think he's tired.
No, I woke
don't
up
think
like 2 hours ago.
No, this is the fucking early morning edition of the podcast, essentially.
Actually, I've also been away for like 2 hours.
It's
Early
currently
morning.
4:10 p.m.
Or for Meg and Chris, something different.
Nick, what time? What Nick? What?
6:10.
Mega, what time is it for you? Oh my God, I'm on Mega time.
You're on Meg.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If you haven't heard, Chris has gone to go elope with Mega. So he's in Canada now.
Yeah, after Mega's breakup, he needed some consoling, so Chris was right there for him.
Chris went there to go make as many pies as he could out of minced moose meat and maple syrup.
Supposedly, it's the sweetest thing ever.
I apparently did not know about this myself, but okay.
It's just you.
Okay.
It's the only reasonable explanation as to why you two would have the same
Oh
time
my
zone.
God, are you kidding me?
Right, not that you just moved to a different location. That'd be absurd.
No, exactly. Didn't even move. It was instant transportation. Instant transmission? Instant transmission.
Instant
Yeah, it's
transmission,
transmission.
the head thing from DBZ.
Mm-hmm. Did something happen? I heard someone say something. Fucking did Chris crash?
Something fell on Chris's end. I don't know what. But
Alright,
something.
well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I mentioned this last time, but the squares are not going under anymore, which sucks.
The squares are not going under anymore.
Yes.
We've talked about this before. I remember.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Like on Twitch, Discourse, whatever.
It's Twitch.
Oh, that's what we called it.
Discourse.
I couldn't remember.
No, it was Discourse we called it.
Yeah, it's fucking confusing to me because I actually just use Discord now.
Well, this is Discourse, which is different.
It's Curse no longer exists.
I mean, it does on my phone.
No,
I
it's
never
not
actually
Messenger now.
updated the app on my phone,
Oh, you
so
never
it's
updated
still
the app?
just
Oh, okay.
Curse.
What, are you waiting to be worth something? Those fucking hardcore Curse people?
No, I just like the old variant of the...
You know
Curse
you
app.
can change the icon, right?
What do you mean change the icon?
Oh, wait, I thought you were about to say, because I was trying to fucking predict what you were going to say, because usually it's just like, oh, I like the look of this thing, because that's how fucking base you are. I just assumed you like the icon better. Apologies.
Not just the icon, just...
Oh, you did anyways, fuck you.
What? No,
Filthy milk drinker.
I'm not an Android, so I can't change the app
Filthy
icon.
milk drinker.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Firstly, it's all in files. If you fucking hook it up to a computer, I'm pretty sure you can do it.
Maybe. Probably not. I mean, if I
There is
jailbroke it, then
everything
yeah.
has files. You open up the files, it's like, oh, this is what we're using for here's the fucking PNG we're using for the icon. Just replace it with a similar PNG. It's like, oh, I don't give a shit. I'm using this now.
I mean, I'm sure if I jailbroke my iPhone, then yeah, I probably could, but I don't
I
want to
don't
do
think
that.
it's that advanced. It's just fucking hook it up to your computer and open a file.
It probably is that advanced.
It's too much work for a filthy milk drinker.
Okay. What the fuck is a filthy milk drinker?
You.
You and
Is
you.
it just
And a
that
lot
I
of
drink
people,
milk?
really.
Is that it?
Yes.
It's a lot of
yes,
people.
Primarily because
It's
you
a
drink
lot
milk.
of people.
Like, you're saying it in such an insulting way.
Because
That
it
makes
is
it
an
seem
insult.
derogatory.
Exactly.
It is an insult.
What do you
I
want?
just want to say I'm happy that this is still a thing.
But why is drinking milk an insult? Like, why is that a bad thing?
You know what I love? Nick's the type of person where no matter what you say to him, Nick, fuck you, by the way.
Okay, yeah, anytime.
He just doesn't
Booby.
give a shit. But as soon as you throw out a abstract fucking insult, it bothers him to no end.
Like, what the fuck is a milk drinker?
You.
I
lot.
know, but like, it's supposed to be an insult. But I don't see how drinking
It's an
milk is a
insult and a reference.
okay. Well, I'm assuming it's a
Milk
reference to like Skyrim or something.
Fucking what a fucking filthy milk drinker wants to know. Not fucking telling him.
Yes, I want to know. Whatever. I don't want to get on this because we already went over this to no end on
Well,
Divinity.
like we've gone through this in Divinity, but we've given you multiple chances in the past before this was a whole debacle to fucking naturally figure this out. However, you also have Google. So I don't know
That
what the
is
fuck
true.
you've been doing this whole time. You've got a filthy milk drinker brain, so
Filthy milk drinker.
anyway. 50th podcast. It's been several years since we started doing this, so it's not a weekly thing. like 2
Apparently,
years?
milk drinker is a term used to describe a baby. The insult seems to predate Skyrim and may have origins in Scottish culture.
You're still a filthy milk drinker. I don't give
A
shit
weak
what
or
you say.
spineless person. The implication is that
Skyrim.
milk is a drink for children, whereas real men drink booze, popularized by that's Skyrim.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Filthy milk drinker.
Often used by city guards to suggest a person is weak or young, inexperienced. Okay.
Google was there the whole time. So yeah, 50th
Yeah.
episode, not a weekly thing. Otherwise, we'd be at like what?
We'd be at like
Further
10?
along.
no, not 100. Has it been
It'd be
2
further
years?
along.
It's been like 2 years.
Sure.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, we'll say about that.
Pretty sure it's been like 2 years. If not, it's really close to 2 years.
It's been over 2 years, actually. The first podcast was uploaded on the 28th of July in 2015, which is about like a day or two after we originally recorded, so yeah.
So
Over
yeah,
2
it should be
years.
like 100 something or other.
Over 110 at the very least.
We've taken a lot of weeks off.
Yep.
And then this podcast won't be out until like fucking next year.
It's not gonna be that long.
Date this podcast, by the way. It is the 12th of November.
Nick, did you get that podcast out?
He did.
I did indeed get the
You did? You
podcast
actually
out.
did?
We
Oh,
have
shit.
no backlog of podcasts at this point.
Oh, wow. Well, my message
In
of Merry
fact-
Christmas is entirely meaningless.
It was close. It was
Very
really
close.
close. So fucking things have been different. There's a lot of things to talk about. It's been like what, 3 months since the last time we got
Something
together
like
to
that.
record.
Yeah.
So curator, who's now in a faraway land, you do your thing.
Canadian.
Oh, I have to go first. Okay. Well, since a few weeks ago, I've actually been at my job for a year now.
So you've gotten your anniversary for your job. Is that a good thing?
I want to say yes and no. Yes, because my work pretty much is kind of like me working out, so I've been in shape now, kind of.
Did someone
Also-
get you a lemon cake to commemorate this?
No, it was just pretty much everyone saying a happy 1 year anniversary kind of thing.
You can't
But,
do a fucking anniversary without lemon cake. But whatever.
We also all end up getting a small pay raise, which isn't up by much, but it's still something.
It'll help fuel your fucking habitual purchases of obscure and abstract video games and movies.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Let's see what I've actually been doing a lot better since the breakup I was going through months ago.
Yep, it
Good.
takes time, but you seem fine now. From like the 15
Oh,
seconds
it's a
we
full
spoke.
breakup now.
What was that, Chris?
It's a full breakup now. That like it was a break, and then now it's breakup.
No, I mean with me and Yonzer.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
As per usual, I've been buying games, and there's about
Just remind you of the time limit.
Yeah,
If you
there's
didn't
about
remember.
there's about 14 games that I bought since the last time.
Oh shit, that's really low.
Yeah.
14.
Well,
Like
there's
I got more
also
games than you.
there's also that I've been still buying Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So
Oh,
when
that's... Mm.
so yeah, when a new set comes out, I pretty much don't buy a game when the set comes out. So that's why it's low. So the games that I got, in order of the last of the first one that I got since the last podcast till this week actually is Omeda City of Gangsters, which is kind of
It's...
like
Sounds
it's
familiar.
a how can I, it's a mafia RPG type of game where you actually have to like you start low and you start building up your mafia family, then you start hiring people, you get places where you can sell alcohol or just whatever. And pretty much based on the decisions you do, depending on what kind of direction you go, you can have the cops on you, or you can pretty much like not have them on you.
Cops will remember that. That type of threat.
Kind of, yeah. The next games I bought, I got the game Life is Strange, which I still haven't
Oh,
finished yet.
time traveling lesbians.
Yep, I haven't finished that one yet though. I'm
Excuse
on.
me, excuse me. Time traveling teenage lesbians.
Oh, all the better.
I think I'm going to be going on episode 3 of that, so I'm halfway there.
Does that take place in Canada, or where does that take place? Somewhere mid-US?
I don't remember.
I have the first chapter of that game because they gave it up for free. I never bothered.
I got the cave.
The cave.
It's kind of like a platforming ish game, I think. I got Shrine 2, and I got Power and Commando Rearmed 2.
Okay,
And
well,
all
I think
of those-
everyone in the world at some point, whether they purposely did it or not, owns Trine. It just kind of appears.
I do not
Yeah.
own Trine.
How
It
dare
will
Oh,
you not?
happen.
I own Trine 2, not Trine
You
1.
see? It's like Torchlight. Trine and Torchlight and sometimes Terraria are just games you never buy or you never remember buying, but they will end up with you owning them somehow.
I mean Humble Bundle, right?
I guess.
Bundle.
Or it's like 2 cents on Steam. It's like, well, why not?
Like,
Alright,
apparently
so-
I own fucking Duke Nukem Forever from a Humble
I do
Bundle.
too.
Yeah. I don't know which one it was from, but it was from one of them.
I'm a Duke
I'm
Nukem
okay, let's-
forever.
I'm going to derail
Yeah,
your
'cause-
read for a second. You play a lot of games on Steam, right, Megan?
I'm more console, but I do have quite a bit of stuff on Steam.
Boring.
How many games does everyone have on Steam?
I am at 94. I don't know how
You
many of
beat
them
all
are
of
free to
us
play,
in the
though.
amount of game. You beat all of us in the amount of games on Steam.
Oh, yeah, I know. I
I'll
just
tell you
want to
that much.
fucking set it up.
Oh, wait, no. I have 171.
Ooh, good.
I have 90.
I have
And-
483.
And coming up in second is 210.
How many of those are free to play, though?
No, I have free to play don't
Not a
stay.
lot.
Free to play
I
don't
mean,
count.
The installed
you have them
ones
installed.
stay. Yeah.
I have, I think, 2 free to play games installed.
Brawlhalla counts. If you still
I don't have that one.
Okay.
Add it, make the fucking Passover.
So on a different day, when I went to a store, I ended up getting Men in Black, Alien Crisis, and Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extend.
Sorry, could you say that again?
The whole thing?
Please.
Yeah.
What? Why?
All right. Well, it's probably the games I mentioned or just nicked in here. On a different day, when I went to a store, I ended up getting Men in Black Alien Crisis, which
Great game.
apparently, from what I heard, it's not.
Yeah,
And,
that's the point.
and Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extend.
That's the one. Okay.
What about that specifically, Nick?
Oh, BlazBlue's good.
I
What?
haven't played it yet.
What was
It's
the
a-
point of that?
I mean, I specifically wanted to hear the BlazBlue again, but then he just kind of went through the whole thing, and I didn't want to stop him.
Put any specifications? You just think, what was that last game? And he
I
even
mean-
said Blaze Blue again.
Yeah.
You deserve all the shit we give you.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Then.
those
So,
guys.
after that, I ended up getting Young Justice Legacy and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Is those movies or those games?
The Young Justice Legacy is on the 3DS that I got it, which there's a 360 version. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out on the original Xbox, PS2, and Game Boy Advance. I have the Xbox game.
I've never heard of these games in my life.
I have Constantine on the original Xbox.
Anyone?
Not at all.
Let's see. I ended up getting Superman: The Man of Steel on the original Xbox. I'd rather not talk about that game.
Wait, I actually like that game, I think.
On the original Xbox, no. It's pretty much Aquaman on the game Aquaman just as Superman.
Okay, maybe not. I was thinking of the 360 version, and I remember playing a demo and liking it, but never buying it because it wasn't that great.
I actually have that game.
I remember liking it.
The other game that I have on the list here with Superman is a Nintendo DS game that came out in Japan, which is Kotume Sentai Go Busters, which, believe it or not, I beat that game in like a few hours. It's not long at all.
I mean, I can't tell if half these things are shovelware or AAA licensed games.
The Sentai Go Buster one is pretty much one of the Super Sentai stuff, one of the Power Ranger stuff in Japan.
How many games? Why do they have so many games?
It's a popular franchise, man. And it's lasted for quite a while.
Popularity
Yeah.
doesn't dictate that entirely.
No, in Japan, Super Sentai is still like really, really big to the fact that it's still going today, especially when it originally started.
I guess, yeah, but still, that's a lot of games. You've run that thing up like, oh, I bought this thing game, I bought this game, like fucking at least 6 times.
The last two games on the list here is Batman Vengeance for the GameCube and Beatdown Fist of Vengeance on the original Xbox.
I don't understand your philosophy, to be totally honest.
And what philosophy would that be?
Like, the philosophy that allows you to enjoy those games. Like, I've got games that are critically acclaimed, and I can't finish them for shit, just because I lose interest and do something else.
Oh,
Start up
no,
games like finish them.
No, here's the thing. I actually have games that aren't well received or anything. I actually have really, really bad games
Yeah, I'm asking why you keep buying really, really bad games.
because one, I don't really just want one specific set of stuff when it comes to collecting them. I want good and bad games because technically the bad games don't cost that much money. And I want to prove to myself that even bad games can be beaten.
I don't think there's a problem with being beaten. I don't think a game is bad because it can't be beaten.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, so many people can't finish Dark Souls, but everyone most people love that shit.
Well, I do have Dark Souls, but I haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah, that's basically everyone except myself around here.
Oh, trust me, I will beat it when I get back to it.
So basically, when your endless stream of odd and abstract and bad video games dries up.
Well,
which
no,
is,
'cause I want to play and beat as many games as I can from what I actually got. So Dark Souls is on the list that I will play and I will beat.
no doubt. And I plan to go to Mars at some point.
Speaking of Mars, let's go to the movies that I got.
Oh, good
Uh,
God!
Why?
One of the movies I got is Mars Attacks.
Does it the whole planet?
No, it's a Tim Burton movie, and it takes place on Earth. Just aliens show up, and then it's like, oh, hey, let's make contact with the aliens, and we can like live live with peace and everything. But then, like, a pigeon shows up, and the aliens are like, oh, fuck that! Like, they're trying to kill us with pigeons. Let's kill them.
I'm sorry, pigeons. Pigeons
Pigeons,
started the
birds.
fucking alien race war.
Pretty much.
All right, fuck pigeons.
It's a movie that was released in the 90s, if that helps.
No, it's still the movie.
I got the movie Goon, which is a hockey movie.
Couldn't tell by the title.
It's pretty much the only hockey movie that I could watch.
Something wrong with the Mighty Ducks?
Okay, no, I forgot about the Mighty Ducks that I can also watch.
Also,
Okay,
I don't know
one-
anything about the Mighty Ducks other than it's about hockey.
I ended up finding A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
This is not my department, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I was just waiting for someone to say something. But,
That's not
I
my
got
department either.
You watch movies all the time.
I watched. Okay, before 2 months ago, I watched recent movies all the time. Ever since I've been the basic, I'm out of the loop on movies. And now that I'm here, I'm probably not going to watch movies either. Anyway,
You still probably have more knowledge than I do.
not by a lot.
I also found one of the Digimon Try movies on DVD that I just got.
Now, I have, even with my no knowledge moves, I know nothing about Digimon.
And the last one I got, which is actually recent.
They released a mobile game.
Oh yeah, it's true. Although I can't try that one. I ended up getting a movie that first got released in Japan, although the copy I got came from Malaysia. Which is, I'll explain after. Which is a movie that just came out in about June or July. I want to say July of this year, which is another crossover with the whole Super Sentai and Metal Heroes series.
Oh, no.
Which is called Space Squad, which apparently they might make it to a series. And the reason why I got it, this copy from Malaysia, is it has English subtitles on it. And the movie worked well.
The movie worked well. Is there cases where the movies do not work well?
Well, from what I've heard, depending on where people buy them, obviously it's like a bootleg thing and stuff. So,
Like that, I see. Okay.
well, like when I was watching it, like there was no problems with the audio, there was no problem with like how the movie looked or anything. The subtitles were fine. Let's see, what else have I been doing since? Oh yeah, I've actually been going to my sister's. Well, been trying to go to my sister's every Saturday to see my niece and nephew.
They do like you, it seems.
Oh, you should have seen them yesterday. I actually got there, and they were actually gone. So I was just with my mom and my grandma. And when I heard them arriving, I started going upstairs, and I just said one thing. My niece and nephew just started jumping for joy seeing me.
Like
That's nice, I
literally
suppose.
jumping?
Yeah, they were actually like they were standing there, they were jumping, like they were going, Uncle Serge, yay!
Yeah, I forgot that was your name.
So
How?
I was spending.
I didn't think about it.
My real name doesn't come up that often.
Just say Mega and go about it. It's like my actual name. It doesn't fucking get used ever.
So I pretty much spent Saturday with them, and when they went to bed, I actually went to see my mom, my grandma. We were just playing cards, and we were just laughing so much because my neighbor joined. Well, my old neighbor joined us, and
You send him to the Shadow Realm?
well, we did win 3 of the 4 games that we played, so you can kind of say that. But pretty much after my old neighbor played, when my grandma was starting to play, I was like, "Wait, you could have won." And when I was explaining it, that's when like the whole laughing started, to the point that some of us were actually laughing so much that we started tearing up.
What were you playing? Texas Hold'em?
No, we were playing Skibo.
I'm sorry, what?
Skippo.
I heard Skibo.
Yeah, I said it wrong, to be honest.
Skee ball?
Skippo, okay.
Yeah,
The game where you literally just count with cards.
pretty much.
It's fun. I played it a lot as a kid.
Actually, this happened after the last podcast. So, me and my friend, we actually started a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel.
Oh. I think you mentioned this at some point, or you mentioned something around it.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you when you were streaming Dragon Age.
That's right.
Although there hasn't been that much videos uploaded, I'm trying to change that because my friend has a lot of stuff going, so I need to start uploading more. I've streamed a few times, which
Really?
I'm
Stream model.
Yeah. I've streamed 2-3 times, and this was like last 2 weeks ago and last week, which I to try to get back into the whole streaming thing. I started streaming Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which I've never played, so I'm literally playing it blind.
The best way to play games.
And the first stream I did with that, everything went fine. I think I only died twice the first time I was streaming it. Second time I was dying a shit ton of times. And I still haven't finished this, so I was actually thinking about streaming today, but I didn't know the podcast was going on tonight, so
Yeah. We decided yesterday to play more Divinity.
By the way, we're playing Divinity.
Almost made it out of the tutorial area. We were
Fort
actually like
Joy.
10 seconds away. 10 seconds away. And then Chris
Exactly
had
10?
obligations. I mean, if we all just fucking run up to the end, yeah. 10 seconds.
let's see what else have I been doing. Like I said earlier, I've been getting the new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, so I've been practicing when it comes to the new mechanic of link summoning.
I don't even want to think about that.
By the way, Chris, in case you didn't notice, I did send you a thing so you can play with link summoning.
It's broken.
Is it?
Yes.
Like the thing doesn't work, or
Tried.
I'll send you a link to download it then. Honestly, I believe that's it. Like I haven't really been doing much different things, although I am really trying to watch all the Super Sentai stuff, which I've been lacking on because I'm still on the series I started.
You still haven't finished all of that stuff.
No, there's just I'm trying to do quite a bit because like there's YouTube that I've been not uploading for, so I've been trying to record stuff, the streaming that I want to get back to, which mostly the only days that I can do a lot of the stuff is Sundays, which I just want to relax before I go to work on Monday. But it's just like I like trying to record game stuff, feeling like streaming and stuff like that. It's like I'm trying to find like the right, like when I should record, when I should stream, and everything and I'm just not able to figure it out yet.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I think that's pretty much it.
How's your work been? Any changes? Anything bad? Good? What?
Oh, actually, for that, not only have I been there for a year now, and the pay went up by like 20 cents.
And you didn't get a lemon cake.
We actually started half an hour early since September, I want to say, just because we were starting to get more stuff, and instead of like just rushing as soon as we start, starting half an hour early would help, so we don't have to rush as much. But it was going well, and then the past 2 days we've gotten like almost nothing, where we're just like standing around waiting for trucks to show up, and then when the trucks show up, it's like there's almost nothing in it.
So your
And then
job's really
there's-
never an obsolete one, is it? Like you're
Yeah.
always gonna have like something to do there, though. Like everyone uses the mail.
Well, yeah, but it's the fact that with Christmas coming next month and everything,
The calm before the storm.
we should already be getting a whole bunch of stuff starting day 1 of November but it hasn't been that busy. So it's like I don't understand why. Even my boss is just there like, what's going on?
Everyone's procrastinating. So how do you feel about the rising threat to the postal service known as instant transportation? Matter
Wait,
transportation.
Transmission.
No, not
Wait,
that. Literally just like matter transportation. Like, of course, science is going to evolve, and when it does, we're going to figure out how to transport items from one place to another, making the postal service obsolete. Are you
Well,
threatened?
it's not really that I'm working in something like that. I'm working at a shipping company, which in a way it's kind of the same thing. Although it's like I have to deal with like bigger boxes that are like just a small thing of mail. But even with that, it's like in a way good because I don't have to deal with like really, really heavy boxes anymore. But bad because if that would happen one day, I'd be out of a job.
Maybe they'll be like they'll be transported to fucking holding places like your place, and then you have to put in the address, and then you have to send them. That'll be your new job. And then one day you'll accidentally step on the transporter, and then you'll be fused with a box, and be a weird man-box hybrid. You'll get your own horror movie.
Become Boxman, like a superhero or villain.
Yep, that is an old ass reference to The Fly. I think it's called.
Yeah, and that is actually a movie, so that's a nice reference.
I understand that because it was a horror thing, and it's just kind of well known.
But like, if that would actually happen one day, I would actually be sad because like a lot of people that I work with actually likes how I work. Like, I'm actually praised where I work for once.
Just find another job where you lift heavy things.
Well, that's pretty much what I would have to do. But it's the fact that like if something kind of goes wrong at work, I'm actually there to like help out. Or if it's like if we have to fit like what was it? Like one day we had to fit like 5 skids in my truck and there wasn't that much room for it. I was barely able to fit all 5 of them in. And everyone was just looking at me like, oh my god, he was able to pull it off. Like, I just had to move like a couple of things, then I was able to squeeze all 5.
Well, if you're going to work, work well, I suppose. So good for you.
But yeah, besides that, because like I've still been having those moments where it's like a box would fall like on my leg or something, which hurts a little bit depending on the box. Besides that, like I'm still enjoying work. Nice workout. Get to listen to music.
I'm not the only one, right? Did Meg just become really quiet?
Yeah, no, he is.
How am I quiet? What the fuck?
You went quieter for some reason.
That's weird.
I mean, we can just turn you up, so it's not a big deal.
Speak for yourself. He's all the way up for me.
Let's see if I can figure it out.
Get used to quiet, Mega.
I guess so. Be ready to repeat many things.
But my volume is like maxed out, so it's like I have no idea.
Punch your microphone.
I don't think he punched his microphone.
No, I'm not talking right now. I'm just checking to see if
Punch it.
I figured it out. No.
Punch it.
It would probably fix it.
There.
I was weak.
I slapped it. I didn't punch it.
Well, if you had punched it, it would have worked. Slapping it won't work, Mega.
You gotta establish authority.
Yeah, make it your B to the ITCH.
Spelling out really doesn't make any difference.
We still know that you said bitch.
Oh, Megan,
Whoa,
you
whoa,
said-
whoa. Okay, you don't have to go like that, Mega. Calm down.
Well, you
Calm down.
didn't have
Mega,
to spell out.
Mega, calm down. Okay, Mega, just calm down.
This is a
okay.
this is a family-friendly podcast.
Since when is it family friendly?
Since we talked about hentai, duh.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot about
that
that.
and all our casual racism.
Don't remind me of the hentai corner, please.
That was a great day.
It's great. No, firstly, it wasn't great, and it was several days.
For Chris, because he's just like, yes, this is a thing. It must stay.
It was not a mistake. Let me tell you, it was something that should have been kept going.
All right,
Too many
why was
people
it?
bitched
Why
out.
was it not a mistake? Share with us why.
It was very
Because he
entertaining.
didn't have to do it.
Very entertaining. It causes suffering to so many people. Exactly 3. Actually,
You want to
exactly
know
mostly 3.
something?
No, I want to say 2 because I think Nick enjoyed it.
He did. He did.
50-50. It was an experience. Let's go with that.
An experience? You mean experience you were already doing anyway?
No? Question mark?
Yeah, the question mark is the defining factor there.
Question mark.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of my week. Well, technically not week. The past few months.
All done in less than 30 minutes. Wow.
We did
Yeah.
it. Strangely.
Well, it's just the fact that like I've still technically been doing my normal stuff with a couple of additional stuff. So
Nothing too exciting.
yeah, no, I'm not an exciting person.
Noted. So, curator, do you think?
Holy shit, he finished?
Appears so.
Did you just dip for him his entire week? Months, whatever?
No.
Oh, entirely. Yeah, basically. I'm so sorry.
Don't
let's
lie,
go.
Chris. Don't lie.
That's why I said I'm sorry. Let's go with Dominic.
Oh, that's a strange way to go. You know, I think the plan was originally to fucking focus more on you, but I guess we have more time than I originally thought as well. But still, who knows? Okay, what have I been doing? Since you've been gone, I can breathe for the first time. Not actually.
I was gonna make that reference, but you beat me to it.
Yay. That's the only part of that song I know.
Okay, it is a song.
You didn't know, did you? I don't know who
Nope.
that is. Britney Spears. Katy Perry.
Obviously. Nope.
I don't know.
I think it's Mariah
Avril
Carey.
Lavigne?
No,
Who?
it's not Mariah Carey.
Wasn't Avril Lavigne the one with the Hello Kitty song?
I
No,
think
is it?
so.
No, it's Kelly Clarkson.
Who the fuck's Kelly Clarkson?
One
They
of the
all-
winners of American Idol.
Who here watches American Idol?
No, my family did.
I only know because my mom used to watch it.
Okay. Also, it is
Um,
Kelly Clarkson, apparently.
Okay. Well, since you've been gone, well, I don't fucking know. Really, we haven't done much as a group, we said, since Chris was gone.
It's so sad, though. Like,
It wasn't sad. It was just like everyone fucking took a break.
Yeah. Like, it was like 2 weeks before you came back that we actually started to do stuff
We
again.
didn't do D&D. We didn't do D&D. We have a D&D game without you now. And it's questionable. Although the fucking addition of the Spice Girls as deities within the world is quite good.
Spice Girls.
They are not deities! The fuck are you talking about?
Oh, by the
what
way,
is happening
Nick,
in this world?
Nick, a little Spice Girl reference for you. Apparently, they actually tried to come back like last year.
Okay.
Well, it was only
Aren't you
3 of them.
news, Nick?
It was only 3 of them. One of them got pregnant, so it got canceled. I don't
We,
know. If
we
that's...
talked about this during D&D.
No, I was telling you about it while you were still streaming. I think it was the same day that I told you about the Yu-Gi-Oh channel that I have.
It all fucking comes together, but maybe that's right. Yeah, maybe it was. I was playing Dragon's Dogma at the time. Yeah, that's right. So
The
yeah,
Adventures
fucking,
of Tuck.
they tried to come back, but they can't because their souls are trapped inside of Nick's D&D game.
Yes, that's what stopped them from coming back, not that they're just out of age.
Nick, you
Their
monster.
music is timeless.
Oh,
That's why
No.
there's so much of their content within your D&D game. Didn't know you liked them that much, Nick.
I didn't even know
See you
they
branching out.
I didn't even know they existed before the D&D game started.
That's a lie. You watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay? When have the Spice Girls been in Yu-Gi-Oh?
They've been everywhere.
Yu-Gi-Oh abridged, like, everywhere.
What?
That's Pegasus' whole thing.
I mean, I don't understand the reference then to like
Yeah,
that.
right. You're just covering your ass. All right. So yeah, I guess that's a thing I've done. Towards the end of the absence, I started streaming Dragon's Dogma because I've never finished the game. It's fun. I think I talked about it. Actually, I think I gave a copy to Chris because he won the I Was Bored So Fuck It too. Is that right?
Hmm?
I gave a copy to someone because of I Was Bored
It was
So Fuck It.
It was Chris.
What game?
Because you won the bonus round in I Was Bored
Well,
So
what
Fuck It.
game? Hold on. What?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Dragon's Dogma,
Yeah, I know-
Dark Arisen.
No, I didn't win the bonus round. I remember
That's
that.
right. That's right.
I sucked in the bonus round.
By the by, I found that footage from my old computer.
You told us about this when you
It
can
was on.
actually edit it, though.
Yeah, well, I lost some of the footage. I found it all again, so I have it all. Some of it, as it should have been, is desynced to shit, and anything I put into my editor desyncs to shit by default, so I can't really edit it at this point. So it's going to stay in a permanent limbo until I get a better editor, or figure out what the hell is wrong with mine. But it's there. It'll come out sometime. You can see
Eventually.
Ian fucking be salty as shit. I've rewatched it a few times.
How
Fucking,
mad did he get? I forget.
He talked about suicide, if that's any indication.
That's pretty mad.
Yep,
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
remember how mad he got.
it was not great. Besides that, yeah, it was fucking Mega who won the whole shebang, and Chris won the bonus round, and Nick basically screwed himself over in the bonus round, I think. That was fun. Are we gonna do another one of those? Is that happening this December? Oh god, that's next month.
I know that for Thanksgiving weekend, I can't do anything.
I don't think it has a set date. Would it be Yu-Gi-Oh again? Would you just go fucking new Yu-Gi-Oh? Is everyone gonna relearn fucking Yu-Gi-Oh?
I
It's
mean,
It's not hard to learn with link summoning.
maybe?
No, but it does fuck up everything now.
I mean, it's kind of a tradition to use Yu-Gi-Oh! So,
It was
Plus,
tradition because we
predominantly-
actually liked the game back then.
I mean, what other game would we use that we
What
all
other game
know?
that we can all play and fight each other in?
I
No,
threw
no
around
matches.
fucking
This Brawlhalla.
not doing a fighting game, at least not right now. I threw around what was it called? I have it on my phone. Blood Bowl.
I don't know.
Yeah, but most of us don't know that game, and you would be. Well,
It's-
you're running the tournament, so that's.
I would run it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking be in it. By the way, it doesn't really matter. It's fucking D&D football with the
Still.
Warhammer races.
Strategy still helps. With knowledge of the game and such.
If you're all on the same level, it's about the same strategy.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen, I think. It'll probably be Yu-Gi-Oh again if we do it. What else? I was streaming Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen. It's fun. We'll probably do that. Playing a lot of games, and I purchased a lot of games. Mainly the I think one thing that disappointed me a lot was South Park: The Stick of Truth came out, or not the Stick of Truth, the other one.
The fractured butthole.
Yes, largely disappointing game.
Okay.
Like the story in of itself is fine, but oh god, they somehow fucked up the combat system even worse than the last one.
Did
I
you not
guess they
like
got-
the comment in the first one?
The combat in the first one was at least simple enough to where it wasn't annoying, and it didn't take for fucking ever. But in the second one, you have this whole like map of the battlefield you can use. Like, oh, you can move to several tiles, and your attacks attack specific tiles from wherever you are on a tile. And then
Oh,
the
yeah,
attacks
that's cool.
you get so few attacks as well. You get 3 attacks, which is less than the last game, and they feel horrible. Like every attack feels unimpactful. It's supposed to be made slightly better. They're kind of supposed to be like that because you have teammates, like up to 3 teammates, I believe. But when everyone fucking is just slapping each other for nothing, nothing feels good. It's slow, it's tedious, it's awful. It makes everything much harder to get through. At least in Stick It Through, it was like fucking you smack someone a few times and they died. It wasn't intrusive. It was sometimes challenging. I didn't get very far. I like the story because, you know, it's South Park. They typically do things okay. That was a disappointment. On another note, funny enough, also somewhat linked to Humble Bundle because of how I got it. I've been playing a lot and getting really into Texas Hold'em, like poker card game.
Okay.
Because I've been playing Poker Night at the Inventory.
That's the
Why?
game.
Why?
I don't know. I've had it for a long time, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just pick it up and try it. And turns out Texas Hold'em is an extremely fun card game.
Yeah, no,
Also,
it can really be fun.
fucking and the AI in that game is not bad. It fucking acts pretty normal, like a person, instead of like a omniscient robot. Technically is. But the conversations you have in that are quite fun to see. I don't know half the characters, but it's good. Destiny 2 came out, and I did buy it. I actually pre-ordered it unknowingly. By that, I thought the game was coming out like a month before it actually came out, so I just bought it. Accidental pre-order. Does that still count as a pre-order? I guess. Is that bad, though? Probably.
No, because if you're gonna buy it anyway, then it's probably fine.
Something messages, something messages to the fucking people. It'll never really amount to anything. Point being, though, it is a good game. I actually really like it. As far as, like, visuals go, this may be one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy how good this game looks. And it runs really fucking well. It's not just a weird fucking port from console to fucking PC. It was really shady how they kind of released the PC version like a month or some change before the PC version, though. A little fucking shady, kind of saying, you know, buy both versions. So some people did it, I guess, so they got their extra money's worth. Overall, it's a grind fest, which I do enjoy. And the raid looks good. I've entered into a cool clan that does a lot of active stuff. I'm almost max level, actually. It's been good fun. I look forward to the expansions in that. I actually recommend it, too. It'd be a great game to play with friends, but fucking... Yeah, no, I can't see any of you playing it. For several reasons. I don't think Mega could fucking run the thing. I don't think Chris would be interested. I think it's not type of your game either, Nick.
Probably not.
Although the shooting is fun. It's like a really good shooting MMO-ish type game, because the last shooting MMO we played was Firefall. That didn't turn out well. It's like a if Firefall did things right type thing.
It was okay. Wasn't the very greatest.
Yeah. No. Nothing in that game was good. The shooting maybe was good. I don't think so, though.
We were able to laugh at it.
It didn't. But the only thing that was good, that fucking voice. Do you ever any of you played Hand of Fate?
That's the card game, right?
It's procedurally generated, well, pseudo procedurally generated card-based adventure game. I think is the best way to describe it. It's kind of like you build a fucking deck of cards with several things like here are the encounters you want, here are the fucking weapons you're gonna take that you can sometimes find, other stuff like that. And then the dealer mixes them all up, and there's like a story and all that. You go and fight progressively stronger monsters. It was a good game, a little rough around the edges, but they released a second one, and I bought that a few days ago. It's significantly better than the first one in several ways. If you were gonna pick up Hand of Fate at all, I'd just say buy the second one because it's fantastic as well. Lots of improvements. If no one's really played it, I'm not going to go into detail. It's been, I guess it's about time, or it was a while ago, for my fucking bi-yearly Skyrim renewal. So I've fucking once again gone through everything and restarted Skyrim, all the mods again, updated everything, got new mods, etc. Actually downsized all the mods I had this time from like fucking 200 to something like 100. So it doesn't crash on me as fucking often. Although, fucking as tradition, no matter what I do with fucking Skyrim, I'll encounter some fucking weird problem that no one else has. This time I even found a fucking weird ass problem where I actually had too many frames to play the game. Like the game wouldn't work because it fucking ran too well. Eh. Skyrim's such an old game at this point, we really need a fucking new one. Is there still no anything about another fucking Elder Scrolls game?
Nope.
I mean, they take forever to make, so... And Elder Scrolls Online didn't do too well, so...
Elder Scrolls Online was not really an Elder Scrolls game,
I mean,
that's why.
Technically, Elder Scrolls Legends, that's the card game, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of that, we've gone fucking almost full circle with everything, and now Smite has one.
I saw that.
Was it Hand of the Gods? I didn't even look into it.
I think so? I'm not sure. Hang on.
Didn't even look into it, and it seems to have dropped off the radar. They missed their window, I think.
Yep, Hand of the Gods. Released back in July, it seems? At least in beta.
Yeah, no, I don't think it did well. I don't think anyone speaks about it anymore. Oh.
Card game market's already saturated.
Yeah, a little too much. It's kind of a hotness right now, like when FPSs became the thing for a while. Back in like 2010.
If Reddit is any indication on how well a thing is doing.
Reddit.
Is it ever?
I mean, kinda. Whatever. There's currently 1,600 people subscribed to the Reddit, and 20 online.
Oof.
Wait,
And,
what Reddit?
The Hand of the Gods Reddit.
How many of those are moderators?
I have no idea. Also, one of the top posts is Hand of the Gods dying? The answer is yes.
Oof. That's not good. Yeah, no more card games. Don't do that anymore.
Like Dota's making one.
Oh yeah, Artifact. Oh no. Oh no. Do that. I'm still avidly playing Guild Wars, I guess. It's been kind of a drop-off in playtime since the new expansion came out, and I finished like almost everything to do in it. But after, what was it? Almost 3 years of playing the game, I finally built a legendary weapon. It actually was almost fucking 3 years of constantly fucking working at it, too.
You actually did it. Nice.
I did actually do it. And I've now got a fucking cool flamethrower dagger that leaves behind cool explosion footprints. Was it worth it? Probably not, but it's fun.
You did it. You accomplished it. It was your goal. That's what's important.
On to the fucking next one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Still thoroughly enjoying this game. Next expansion when? Divinity 2 came out really a while ago, and with that, it came out its editor. I've been hard at work sometimes, occasionally, not that often, making maps. I've learned basically all the basics I can, and now it's just actually trying to make things I like. The problem is making things I like. What it ultimately comes down to is accurately and decently using the props. Because I can make a landscape, no problem. But making it look natural is a little bit difficult. And for instance, something like... this also comes into another problem I have with like caves and such. If you'll notice, like when we were in a cave in the game, the cave doesn't have a roof or like any indication of how high the ceiling is, because it can't. Otherwise, the camera wouldn't work. So trying to make a cave is extremely difficult, especially since you have to like multi-layer fucking textures to, or like multi-layer terrains, so that you can have different elevations if you're going to do that, so it doesn't look like a weird flat piece of shit. Making maps is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, but I'm working at it for the D&D. It says that not many people have actually made maps yet.
I mean, they're probably still playing through the initial campaign and whatnot.
No. Seems like a lot of people finished it really quickly. Well, relatively. They had weeks. But I'm working on that. There's one other game I want to talk about before other stuff like school and such. So I've been really into this one game for like the past few days. It's called Doki Doki Literature Club.
It is a game, yes.
Does anyone know anything about this game?
I do not.
What game?
Doki Doki Literature Club. It's just a VN on Steam.
Sounds
I've
really
heard
weird.
many things about it.
What
Don't
have you
actually
heard?
know. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything too much. All I'm gonna say is this game is fucking brilliant. Like it does something I've seen like 2 other games do in my lifetime, and it's a brilliant fucking concept. It fucking nails it really well. And yeah, as soon as you load up the game, it's like if you have like depression or anxiety, maybe don't fucking play this game. And then like another warning later, I was like, don't play this game if you have problems. So yeah, it's a nice game, really cutesy. I have loved it. I fucking highly recommend it, actually. If you have nothing better to do, go fucking pick up Doki Doki Literature Club.
How many times have you played through it?
That's a little hard to discuss, actually.
Alright then.
That's funny.
All I
I-
know is
I ask because usually with VNs, you like
by the
to.
it's really not that long. I fucking finished it in like I played a little bit like in a night, and then I finished it off the next morning in like 2 hours.
Mark,
Really worth it though. And if you do play it, be attentive to what it's saying. And well, I really can't. All I can say is it's fucking brilliant.
Okay, cool.
I'll probably force Nick to play it at some point. I've got like a list of games I'm going to force Nick to play at some point.
I mean, you probably don't have to force me to play it.
Probably like on a stream or something.
I'm pretty sure it's free, isn't it?
Yeah, it's free. I wouldn't fucking force you to play a game you have to pay for. So far, it's really only 2 games. It's Doki Doki and fucking Irisu Syndrome. Both because they're brilliant games. But this one especially is fucking great. So that's really all I've been playing for the most part. School happened. I guess while Chris went away, school started and all that. School's been fine. Nothing truly interesting ever happens there. It's all very normal. I know I'm going to be spending a lot of this podcast going like, oh, wait, I've just remembered a thing. Because right now I can't think of it. I think for right now, I've taken out a large chunk of whatever I wanted to remember. For the past few days, it's been really one of fucking recommending Doki Doki. That and oh yeah, fucking watching a shit ton of the animes. I went fucking above and beyond and watched all of the anime, as opposed to just the one we said to, as reasons.
Oh god.
It was long. I actually did that a while ago. I've been done with that for a few months. It was. I'm gonna talk about it later. Hopefully we have time. Should have
We'll
time.
have time. We got 5 hours.
You're
Well,
gonna be
4
surprised.
hours now.
Somehow we're gonna fucking your week's gonna start. Somehow Ian and Paul are gonna get in here. Paul's gonna start talking. You know how it goes.
Is Paul doing good?
He got extremely sick for like a year, like deathly sick, but then he recovered, so he's fine now.
Oh boy.
Supposedly he got a refund from his college.
Yep,
How sick he was.
that's the
Well, at
thing.
least he's doing better.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's fine now, but for that 1 year, he was. Bleh.
I think for now I'll just
Whatever.
end it there. If I remember anything, I'll bring it up. Although I don't think so. It'll come
Alright.
up though.
Curator, do you think?
Is it gonna be you or is it gonna be Nick?
Interesting decision he has to make.
I feel like I know who he's gonna pick.
Who knows? He might surprise you.
It's Nick.
He didn't surprise you.
I figured.
I mean, actually, I was expecting the opposite, so it kind of was a surprise.
Well, la-dee-da. So, I got a notepad of things that happened.
All right.
Go-
Why? Why would you? Why did you go to the links for this?
Well, he has to
Because,
remember all the music he got since last time for one.
Jesus,
you
gotta
know,
remember.
not that much, actually.
kill yourself.
How many
Like-
things have been shoved up your nose?
0.
How many things did you do because people told you to do it?
None? I don't believe anything, really. Like, I haven't really met anybody at school that I'm friends with.
Oh, you're a loner.
Basically, yeah. So, everything that's happened since... Well, first off, I'll start with the music. Because, of
Oh
course...
God.
Well, it's only a
It's
couple songs,
Pretty
okay?
much the part we always tell you to skip.
I got the Little Witch Academia 2 opening. And then,
It has an
like...
opening?
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
I have seen some of that show. I've neglected to hear any music out of it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no,
'Cause,
nothing comes to mind at all.
Like, the music's kick-ass.
If you say so.
Anyway, and I got, like, let's see, that's, multiple hours of Eurobeat. Like, in total, I got, like, let's see, that's 11 extra hours of Eurobeat with different
Jesus.
remixes of old songs that I like, and a lot of new songs that I really, really like, Can't Stop the Fire. That one is awesome. Like, Eurobeat's just great, you know? I've talked at length about it already, so whatever.
You know, you're a little bit biased, Nick.
How so?
Like, it's always Eurobeat, Eurobeat, Eurobeat. Where's the Asia beat?
I've never heard any Asia beat.
Where's fucking America beat? What are you doing?
That's just shitty pop songs.
No, they have to exist.
Probably. However, I've never seen them,
Where's
so
Russia
I
beat?
can't really make any things on them. Comments on them.
Africa beat.
What?
It's just a bunch of rattling sticks, actually. Casual
Yeah.
racism.
Is that racism?
Yes, that is racist as shit.
I mean, that is their music, though. That's how they make it, don't they? It's a mixture of rattling sticks and, like, different percussion instruments, anyway.
Christ.
So it's kinda not racist? Anyway, and then, the Okami soundtrack is another
I
thing.
believe
yeah.
you already spoke about that on the last one, actually.
Okami Den was the last one. Okami
Oh,
is...
fuck.
Okami Den's the DS sequel. Okami was the original on the Wii PS3? Next sorry,
PS2.
PS2. Anyway, I'll save the Heroes talk for a little later.
The heroes?
Fire Emblem
Oh
Heroes.
God, no.
Okay, yeah, well, when that happens, so I can tell him, I'm gonna go with fucking food and water.
Alright. So,
I forgot about those talks.
remember when we got into Heroes of the Storm, Miggy?
Yeah, that was a thing for a while.
And then, after that, I started watching, like, HGC, which is the, like, tournament scene for Heroes of the Storm.
Did someone get
And-
arrested?
No, what?
I don't know. I feel like it was the only reason you would bring it up.
No, I was just gonna talk about how basically the only reason I still watch it is because of this one caster. Her name is Gillyweed, and her voice is amazing.
Oh, so it's kind of like there's a Dota caster who's also known for his voice. I kind of get the concept then.
Yeah, and that's basically the only reason I watch HGC. I mean, the games are pretty cool too, but like Gilly with Dreadnought, their chemistry is great, and her voice is amazing. So that's
What's
basically-
her voice like?
I don't know how to describe voices at all. So
Is it high pitched, low pitched? Does it? I don't know. Is it spooky?
it's not spooky. Why would it be spooky?
Because she has a skeleton inside of her, and that's the spookiest
Everybody has a skeleton inside of them.
thing. No, Nick, that's too much spook. Spook the viewers.
Okay, whatever.
Everyone has a skeleton inside of them.
Oh, fucking too much
No.
spook. Too spooky for me.
Anyway, yeah, she's basically the reason I watch HDC.
Great. How's the game?
I've stopped playing for months now.
Alex Straza,
Mm-hmm.
Baby Hanzo.
New character. They added Junkrat as well. And Anna, actually. Man, they are adding a lot of characters really fast. Like, League of
It's
Legends...
honestly a bad way to make your game.
I mean, like, League of Legends adds, like, 4, 5, 6 characters now, actually, per year.
I think Dota just added 2 characters.
But, like, Heroes of the Storm's just, like, pumping them out, like, every 2 or 3 weeks. Just another character.
It's a really bad decision.
I mean, initially, to build up, like, your, champion pool, it's fine. But if they don't slow down, then they're gonna have a lot of problems.
I mean, they're gonna run out of people. It's like that random guard from Stormvale.
Stormwind, Veil, whatever.
I
Products.
care. I don't play WoW, man. Or random fucking
Here's a new Murloc.
It didn't actually exist in WoW, but we're gonna make him in WoW.
Yep. So, Knights of the Frozen Throne came out for Hearthstone. And that was cool.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it happened after the last podcast, though, so relevant.
I mean, the whole fucking adventure wing was free, so that was appreciated.
Yeah.
It's still not enough.
No, it's not.
The cost of the game just goes up and up and up.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play, but I'm not gonna actually, like, pre-order cards for the next set. Like, that's Kobolds and something or other.
Kobolds and Catacombs.
Yeah.
Kobolds and Crypts.
Like, I mainly play Wild as well, so...
Fuck you.
What? What's wrong with Wild?
Don't fucking encourage wild behavior. Wild's ass. It's the worst part of Hearthstone.
Wild has every card, which makes it fun for me.
And also makes it significantly worse for everyone who doesn't have cards.
That's why they're standard.
And standard's ass. That whole game is ass.
Yeah. You like Gwent more.
Gwent is a fucking amazing.
So, I got a bank account. That was an experience.
Didn't you already have a bank account? Why did
No.
What the fuck was that?
I didn't have a bank account, so I got
Great.
one.
How has it serviced you?
Not at all. So, apparently, I was supposed to get a debit card in the mail, but since I'm not living at home anymore, the debit card got sent there, but then apparently my parents lost it, so they're trying to have to find it.
Oh, no, they lost it. They're gonna go fucking max it out really quick.
It's a debit card, not a credit card.
They're gonna put money in and then max it and say you did it and then sue you.
Okay. I don't know why they would sue me, but sure.
For the money.
Right, for the money. Except, the debit card's in my name, and they're the ones who actually put the money on the debit card.
They can say you took it.
Okay.
Never trust them. They're shady.
But they
Have you
couldn't
met your
sue me
parents?
because the account is in my name.
You don't understand. You've just gotten a bank account. You don't know how it works.
Yes, I do know how a bank account works. They explained it to me, as in, like, the bank.
Yeah, but you didn't actually pay attention.
I mean, kinda, yeah, but...
I know it's because I didn't pay attention. If I couldn't pay attention to that, there was no way you would have.
I mean, I kinda paid attention. Kinda.
Uh-huh.
Sort of, not really. I know that they wouldn't be able to sue me because there's no money left on the debit card.
There's a way.
And win. They could sue me, but the chances of them winning is low. I haven't gotten a haircut in like 4 months now. And
Fucking pump up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Wow. Wait, what? Is that surprising?
Oh,
how long has it been since you've had a haircut?
I get one like maybe once a year.
Really?
Yeah, fuck haircuts.
I have to get one every 2 weeks.
You
Oh yeah, I keep it shaved and whatnot. Army
wanna
business.
just go bald then.
Because I don't want to be bald.
But
Go
dude,
big balls.
bangs are awesome.
Eh.
Like, I can just play with them all the time, and it's just fantastic.
You
Like, when I-
are really
Yes,
That's-
really.
just to get a fidget spinner or something.
No, those cost money.
So does growing your hair.
How does that
Just
cost
costs-
money?
Biological money, also known as energy.
Okay, I can't stop my hair from growing.
Grow a fidget spinner.
How am I gonna grow a fidget spinner?
Mental fortitude. Just gotta will it.
Don't think that works.
Change your binary evolution to fucking grow a fidget spinner out of your ass.
Yeah, that would probably hurt a lot.
Eh.
So
No
I'm
one
gonna
said
deny
fucking,
that.
perfection wouldn't come without debt or fucking payment. I'm tired. What's happening?
How is a fidget spinner perfection?
How isn't it perfection?
Because it's a piece of plastic with ball bearings inside it that allow it to spin at a velocity.
Why do you know
that's
what's inside a
fairly
fidget
high.
spinner?
It's just a guess, like, to keep its momentum going with like very little actual input, it would need some type of ball bearing to like spin it.
I always figured it was tiny elves. That makes sense too.
Tiny elves.
Yeah.
Why would they be elves? Why not midgets?
Because they smell sweet.
Do you have the fidget spinner?
No, my brother does.
Have you smelled the fidget spinner?
No?
Then how do you know they smell sweet?
Just a guess, really.
Okay. Cool.
By the way, to anyone wondering, no, this is not insanity in its first states. This is just like some weird fucking improv shit we do. We are not going on tour anytime soon. Don't worry.
Well, no, we should.
Hey
We'll
there,
plan
I'm
out,
Jim
we'll
Bob
be in-
Joe. This
we'll
is
be
Pie
in
Man.
I'm
Small.
Meta Bob.
We'll be in small.
And we are the incestuous brothers.
Did you say ancestral? What? Did you say ancestral or?
I said incestuous.
Oh, it's supposed to be ancestral. Read that wrong.
I think we are on the same wavelength here.
This is the problem. Like half the bits just end because of Nick.
How is this my fault?
You led up with incestuous brothers. Where do I go from there?
You continue the joke.
It's not a, no.
It's so easy to continue. Oh yeah, and we have sex all the time. Just like
But
easy.
why? It's like why?
Why not?
This is what you need. Does anyone else want to be improv partner? Anyone?
No. No.
Come on, it's such an easy setup and finish for you. Wink, wink. If you couldn't tell, I winked.
No.
That's why I said wink, wink.
What were we talking about?
Bangs, they're fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I fucking derailed your bank thing before I got to boy.
So yeah, that's the thing. Ball sweat, really satisfying.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. And do you want to just like, since I know you can edit now, do you want to put up like a fucking technical difficulties over here for a second?
Why would I do that?
Preferably not with Mexican music. We don't want to be too close.
Why would I do that, though?
So insert that somewhere. And
Okay.
and skip over that conversation.
What, the ball sweat thing?
Yes,
Why would I skip over that?
because that's
Because
TMI.
it's nothing. Because it's something no one here wants to learn.
Look,
about.
it's
Don't
really
wanna learn.
satisfying. All right, whatever. Going past it.
Yeah, good. Okay, leave. Yeah.
I mean, we're not
Please.
branded as like a weird fucking fetish podcast. Can we not?
I mean, we can be
You can't be everything.
incestuous brothers.
It's not a bit. It's not happening.
It's a bit. I'm making it happen.
It's fucking. Not gonna fucking feed into this.
So anyway, I'm at college now. I moved into a dorm
Congratulations.
room.
Higher education is within your grasp. How's that
Yeah.
going?
It's going fairly well. All my classes are fine. Like, I don't hate any of them. Except one that's already ended. So I'm in honors, and so they make you take, like, an honors initiation course or whatever. And basically all that happened in that class is that I sat there for, like, an hour, and nothing happened.
Something
Good.
must have happened for that hour.
Like, nothing that was relevant to anything. Like, the class was so stupid. Like, they gave us this book to read through, but you didn't have to read it. Like, nothing that actually happened in the book was actually relevant to what we were doing. And so it was just a bunch... What basically it boiled down to is that the teacher was like, hey, here's some things that occurred in the book. Cool.
This is what successful people are, Nick. They fucking on the outside, you see his honors because like, oh, that must be important. On the inside, no one knows what the fuck is going on.
It was so stupid.
That's
like,
success.
It was so unimportant to everything that was going. It was stupid. Yeah. Anyway, then I'm also taking a programming class. So before this, like, when we went to, all right, so we went to different college before this, right? And there,
what?
What?
Well, half did, half didn't.
Well,
Like,
okay.
it didn't.
God
It
damn
was
it,
a
Chris.
weird thing that was associated with high school.
You got college credit from there.
Yeah, it wasn't
And if
counted
you
as
were
your
good
freshman
enough
year,
to
though.
So I got college credit from there for programming, and so I was able to take the next level up for programming here. And there, I use pseudocode. Here, we are actually using actual code to program things in programming environments, which I had not done before. So for the first, 2 assignments, I completely bombed them because I had to learn how to, actually program. I knew all the basics and such, but I didn't know all the syntax. For instance, there are 2 kinds of loops, for loops and while loops. While loops are basically all I used before because I hated
Keep
for
it in
loops.
English.
Okay. One of them is an automatic looping structure. The other is a manual looping structure. I liked manual looping structures, and so I don't want to use the automatic ones, but the automatic ones are so much easier to use, and when I eventually started to use those, everything made sense. And so, while the first 2 assignments I completely bombed, the rest have been very good for me, as well as all the tests and such. Programming is something that I really get and actually enjoy doing, so that's good. Another class I'm taking is ancient Greece and Rome, which is basically just a standard class. Hey, here's lecture, here's a test.
Does it fill a credit
lecture.
or something you need?
It fills a credit. Yeah.
Jesus. So what did the Greeks and Romans do besides fight each other with sticks?
They didn't actually fight that much, surprisingly so.
Romans are known for some of their historical armies.
Oh yeah, no, they both have historic armies that captured a lot of the
The
Europe
Romans
and Asia.
had centurions and shit, and the Greeks had a failing economy.
We're mainly going into the politics of each state and what the different emperors did. It's not that exciting. It's just history.
That'll help you when you program a robot to talk about the Greeks and the Romans.
I guess, but then I could just research it then, whatever. Then taking Calc 2, which pretty big step up from Calc 1 in difficulty. Still doing it though, so that's good. I like doing math, but I don't like learning math.
Learning math is the easy part.
Learning math is the hard part. Doing the math is easy.
You have to know how to do the math to do the math.
Yeah, but once I know how to do the math, then doing the math is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also enjoyable learning the math. At least that's how I see it.
I learning the math's the non-enjoyable part. Doing the math's the fun part. Because there's a lot of permutations for each thing, and it's nice that way. And then the last class is religion and ecology, which ecology is basically nature and whatnot.
I thought it said dicology.
Dicology?
Yeah.
So, the study of dicks.
Or dicks.
Dictionary? Is it a dictionary of different dicks?
Is that actually an animal, or is that just a joke? I don't remember.
A dick?
Yeah, dick.
A dick.
Oh no, it's a thing. Dick. The dick is a name for any of 4 species of small antelope in the, I'm not going to pronounce that live in the bushlands of eastern and southern Africa, and they look really weird for antelope.
They look like deer.
They're antelope.
Yeah.
They're weirdly big eyes, and they're called dicks. So
In any case, yeah, that class is basically the kind of class that I like, because what we do is that in between classes we have these readings that we read, and then we take a quiz online about it. And then when we come in, we talk about those readings. And that's basically all we do for the class period, is just talk about it. Which I like, because group conversations on readings I like to do, so that's good. And it's pretty obvious who actually doesn't read the stuff, because they're either looking off into space or whatnot.
Jesus.
And yeah, that's fun. And it is in this class where I realize that for some reason I have a predilection towards people named Ashley.
You have a what towards people named Ashley?
Predilection. Basically, I'm predisposed to like be interested in them
Oh.
because
Why?
because apparently so the person that I went out with the date on back in high school was named Ashley. The person that I'm interested in college is named Ashley, as well as many other people who are also named Ashley. For some reason,
What if it
people
was
named
abbreviated to
Ashley,
Ash? Or their name was actually just Ash?
like both their names are actually Ashley. So yeah,
Okay,
interested in
well,
that.
I have a feeling you're just generally easy, so
I
I
guess
don't think it means that much.
probably not, but I just found it interesting that both their names ended up being Ashley.
It's like everyone in your school also in a relationship.
From what I've seen, yeah.
I don't know what it is. I still feel like, well, I'm in a class with generally a lot of younger kids because it's a more introductory class to college. But like everyone there is like fucking, yeah, no, totally fucking already in a relationship. Like, aren't you just like off of high school? How a little young?
I mean, why not?
Don't know, own philosophy, but that's a bit stupid to be in relationships before college and during college.
I suppose, though. By that logic, it's probably a bad idea to be in a relationship during a job.
Generally, I see relationships as a giant negative anyway, but
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
it's like an anime, you become weaker as a person. Oh, that was one of the edgier things they said.
anyway, that's all my classes. Moved into a dorm. There's decent in there here. It's 10 up, 10 down, so not unbearable, but not the best I've had. Like at my house, it was 40 up, 40 down, which is not a lot nicer. It's 4 times the speed, so yeah, it's nicer.
You are able to still be, so it's fine.
Yeah, I got a meal plan as well as like supplementary food from my parents every 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks actually, and so been eating that. Basically the only times, I go out of my room is if there's an event with free food or I'm going to class.
That's sad.
But Chris, free food, like events suck without free food. Like there was a mandatory meeting I had to go to. There was no free food. It sucked. A lot.
Terrible human being.
Boo, no free food.
I mean, does that qualify as like the only thing to make you a terrible human being? Because I don't leave my room almost ever, except to go to school.
You're still a terrible human being.
All right, then.
Oh, yeah, so since I'm in a dorm room now, I have a roommate who's also named
Isn't
Nick.
cool?
Should we get him on the podcast?
Yeah,
Do you
boy.
want him on the podcast?
Yeah, boy.
No.
We
Sure.
need more people, boy. Hell, I could
Um,
probably message a person
Oh.
now. He could probably be on the podcast.
I don't know. He's in the room right now.
No.
Dude, boy, get him on. Get him on. Give him.
No, he's watching a video about trouble in Terrace Town.
Get him on then.
Okay.
Get him on.
That's
That's
a
his video.
Like what I think, he seems to like gassy Mexican, Daffy
Oh,
de
that
Nogla. Yeah, that group. And he's currently watching them play Trouble in Terrace Town. So yeah, that's the thing.
What
In any
else have you
case,
done? What'd you do for Halloween?
for Halloween, I went trick-or-treating.
Fucking weirdo.
What? I like free food. And candy counts as food.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Out of curiosity, what did you go trick or treating as?
I went as a ghost.
Fucking.
So I put a bedsheet on me and then went out.
Didn't even cut out eye holes.
Did not cut out eye holes, correct.
I bet it was a fucking yellow. Or like a fucking pattern bedsheet as well.
No, it was white. So that way I could be a
Racist.
spooky ghost.
Or a racist ghost.
Ku Klux Klan, that's true.
That's. No, just white in general.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing these days.
Yes, the whites.
You're safe, Nick. Aren't you? Like, you're black.
I'm
You're here
not.
for our diversity.
I'm not black.
There's no need. You don't need to be ashamed, Nick. We're all fucking equal opportunities here.
I'm not ashamed of being black because I'm not black. I can't be ashamed of something I'm not.
We've already gone through this, Nick. You, Tom, and your Armenian lineage. It's all good.
Whatever. There's also a Nick in the room next door to mine.
Does this ever interfere with you?
No,
So
it's just
So is his roommate gonna talk or not?
no.
No.
Boring.
He's watching a video, Chris.
Bother him.
No.
Video.
Bother him.
No.
He can watch the video later.
He'll be
Like-
in a video. He'll end up being famous before us, you know.
I barely even see him most of the time. Like, most of the time he's out of the room with his girlfriend doing stuff.
I thought they were in the room and loud.
Only when they're actually in the... Like, most of the time, they're out of the room. Like, I see him maybe 2 hours a day, and then he goes to sleep. Usually with his girlfriend. So, I barely ever see him or interact with him.
Hmm.
In any case, I keep seeing people that I knew from high school. Like, there was Talia, Sarah, and Natalie from high school.
I
I don't
vaguely
know if you
remember
remember
those
them.
people.
So I've
Never
seen
heard of
those
them.
guys, and I keep thinking that I see people from high school, but I actually don't. They just look similar, which is really weird. Like, gives me flashbacks and whatnot.
I haven't seen
Is it
anyone from
weird?
high school, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, but
I
what
swear
about
if you followed me into the military, or if somebody from my middle school followed me into the military, I was gonna lose my shit.
no, I can't think of anyone. I don't remember anyone from high school.
What about us?
Who are you?
Minus me.
Who are you?
Oh no, yeah, I remember. Mega was in high school with us. That's right.
No, he's in
Oh yeah,
Canada.
that's right. That was a joke that we had.
Mega was in
Something
high
like
school.
that. He was the cool like greaser kid.
Okay, that I don't remember.
Cool greaser kid.
He does have
You
that
had a fucking- you had the
badass
hair.
beard. Anyway, oh yeah, the podcast is now on iTunes.
No.
Yeah, it is. Super Fun
want
Time Japan
that.
Time.
Oh my god.
If you look it up on iTunes, it'll be there. For some reason, episode 1 is in the middle of like 20 and 30 for some reason. And I tried to fix it. Doesn't work, so whatever. It's just gonna stay like that for a little while.
Honestly, number one is not the best. So
It's like 20 minutes long. Anyway, to do that, I
if you're
had to...
wondering, the best is the one with JJ.
That was like 20 something.
Oh my god.
That was the
JJ
7-hour
the
one,
jet
actually.
Can we talk about JJ the jet plane real quick?
No, anyway, to actually
Yeah,
get
but-
Yes,
all the
yes.
podcasts
No, look,
on iTunes,
we
I
can all
had
take
to set
vote
up
on
a feed burner. I had to set up a blog spot. I had to upload the actual, like... So I had to go
I had
back
to do
through...
work.
Yes.
I had to
It
set up
took-
a MySpace.
It took me like a week to do, of just like constant editing, because I had to go back through each podcast and edit out the intros, as well as any of the special edits that I do, and then re-render them, and then upload them to this, it's like the video archive of the internet, where you can just upload stuff, and then I had to link that to a Blogspot feed, which had the description and the title of the actual podcast in there, and that's when it was able to be actually put on iTunes with a feed burner. Which took a while.
And
But
was it? No, it wasn't worth it.
I mean,
Wasn't
if
worth it.
anyone wants to listen to it on iTunes, they can.
Not worth it.
H3H3 won their lawsuit, which is cool.
That happened a while ago, yeah. I don't know if it actually. I mean, like there was something important about it, sure enough, but like, eh.
Yeah, it's the thing that happened. I like to play this new game now where I try to guess how many ads will be on a video before clicking on it.
Just
Like,
again.
So you
For
can
ins-
mitigate the pain, I suppose.
Like, for instance, there's all those trashy videos with, like, compilations and whatnot, and they usually have, like, 10 to 20 ads in them. It's, like, popping
I've
up.
never seen more than like 6 ads on like a fucking hour-long video, so that's a little hyperbolic.
I found one with 20 ads on it, which was insane.
Did you watch all of them?
No. I clicked off that video because I was like, okay, this is way too many fucking ads. I'm out of here.
That person needs to eat, Nick. What if they're trying to support their Russian family?
Well, then that Russian family can die.
Wow, Nick.
Oh,
Fucking racist.
ouch, Nick. Why?
I mean, I get trying to support your family, but that's just going overboard.
What do you have against the Russians, Nick? Is it because of the election?
What
Just going
election?
on this.
Presidency.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, they apparently had something to do with who won. Wow.
You know, Russians are
Other
influencing everything.
countries Other
Russians,
countries
it was
interfering with elections. No way, that's never happened before.
literally interfering with both fucking parties, from what I hear, and interacting with fucking independent parties, and it doesn't matter. We'll be communist soon enough.
So, as you may know, my sneezes are quite loud.
Glory to Putin.
And in the Roman Greece history class, it's a lecture class with like 140, 160 people in there at a time. And my sneezes are now loud enough to where everybody in the room can hear. And I've been
The one roommate.
What?
Are we talking about? Are you talking about you're like in the middle of class at like college and you sneeze?
Yeah, middle class college sneeze, like 140, 160 people in there. They all hear.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the instructor's like, and thank you for the sneeze.
Oh, you got big rooms in here.
Yeah,
That's sad.
and so
Lecture halls.
I've been known as the sneezy guy. Sometimes
I mean,
when
It's a start.
sometimes when I'm actually out of my room going to get food or whatever, people come up to me like, "Hey, you're the sneezy guy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the sneezy guy," and then they're like, "Cool," and then we talk about the class or whatnot, and then that's it.
Do you talk
Gotta be
to anyone at all?
No,
Like even a casual, like, hey, hi?
no, like
Like, I
I met
Well, Nick's not a human being, right?
okay, if I see somebody outside of class, then sometimes like that Ashley girl, I she was oh yeah, I forgot. The programming class has a subclass that's just like once a week, and so after I was coming out from that, I saw her, and we were both in the elevator together, and so we talked for a bit about programming and whatnot. And so yeah, if I see somebody out of class and they're like want to talk, then sure I'll talk. But otherwise, I don't
Okay.
really talk to anyone.
was gonna say, because from my experience, I literally have never talked to anyone in that college except like a few days ago. For, like first time when someone said, "Hey, are you in this class?" I said, "Yep," and that was it. I have never spoken to anyone except for that.
Well, y'all are some
I mean-
pretty sad loners.
I
Play on my
basi-
phone, do the work.
I basically only talk to like my roommate and his girlfriend and their RA friend, which comes in the room sometimes. That's about it.
See, mine is not an uncommon philosophy here. Then I did remember something actually.
All right.
I joined an animation studio. I heard a snicker.
That would be Chris.
I know it was Chris. Fucking point being, I was brought on as a writer and a manager of a fucking animation studio, TLG owned, Enclave Studios. Because why not? In the wake of a fucking similar yet crashing and burning animation studio, TLG decided to fucking be a vulture and pick up everything of use and reform it into his own studio. So for right now, there's an animation studio that I'm a part of. It's not going horribly, actually. Like, things are
And-
being done in a timely manner.
And you're a writer.
Yep.
What do you do as a writer?
Well, it's kind of hard, but like we've got the basis down for our first animation, and the animation isn't actually going to contain any speaking. So what the writers have been doing is basically just storyboarding and throwing out ideas for what the animation is going to be like, which we have about 70% done.
All right.
And then we talk with the animators, and the animators are like, yeah, we can do this, and then that's about it. That's how it's been going.
So,
We had a meeting like 2 days ago.
how high quality is this animation? Like, is it?
The animators are actually fairly good. Like from the while we were in the meeting, they were drawing up some rough sketches of what the animation would look like, and it's pretty fluid.
All right. Like, we talking Rubber Ninja, Rubber Ross, whatever his name is, type animation, or are we talking like old kind of Flash animation?
It's probably something in between. It also is going to highly depend on what we have one person who's really good with animation, and then we've got some people who are lesser, but they're learning. This is actually more like practice for them, so they're going to be learning through all that, and we'll see how this first animation goes. We're targeting a fucking a niche community, because why the fuck not? Monster Hunter. And when I say niche, I mean more niche than usual. Not the nichest thing, but not very many people make content about Monster Hunter.
So, what's the end goal for this animation thing?
Get paid?
Okay, by whom? Just whoever?
Fuck if I know.
Are you getting paid currently?
I refused.
Okay.
Fucking, I'm a part of it, but I don't want money for this. Not until it actually becomes successful. Fuck that.
Alright, cool.
Otherwise, no, it's cool. It's filled with some people I know, some people I don't know. Some people I've heard about from TLG. A lot of English fellows. It might work. It might.
Might.
There's that part of my life. It's been there for like 2 weeks.
Alright. And this is now the point in time where we talk about Fire Emblem Heroes. So, Chris,
Okay.
Christ.
you ready for this?
And I'm just
Here we go,
gonna
boy.
not pay attention now.
Alright. So, let's start off with Choose Your Legends. That happened.
Yeah, you chose. So there were 4 heroes. There were 4 brave heroes. You could choose one of them. You chose the one with the bow and the horse, because I was a bow and a horse, and that ruined people.
I did not pick the one with the bow and horse. Pick Lucina.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
However, I did get the one with the bow and the horse from polling, as well as Ike. So I got lucky with that.
Hooray.
Ooh. After that, a
Bow
lot
and
of
horse means
special
bad for
maps and such happened, which is cool.
Yeah, I got to catch up on all of those.
Most recent voting gauntlet just ended, so Shauna won, surprisingly. Like, that was the first time where a multiplier didn't actually decide who won. It was just pure, unadulterated people just throwing their points at Shanna that won, which was great. Like, I was super surprised that Shanna won. I've been building up a lot of my team for, like, the weaknesses for different things. Like, I haven't really had any good red swords, so I've been leveling those
What?
guys up as... What?
I have too many red swords. They're all good. It's actually mainly 2 swords. Nope, it's 3 swords now that are the main group. Yeah, we got Xander for Horse Emblem fun. We got Ryoma for distant counter. And I got Aira for just, hey, you like living? Nah. Let's see what Regnal Astra has to say about that.
Speaking of Aira, that's so fucking shitty how they introduced her. So, how new characters are usually introduced is on a new banner, or there are 3 ways characters are introduced: Tempest Trial, Hero Battle, or a banner. Banners are the most common way, because, you know, new characters every, like, 2 weeks or so for each new arena season.
Yeah.
And so, how they're usually introduced is, for Tempest Trials, there's usually a banner to go along with the heroes that they get introduced on the banner. So, you know, you just throw them on there, and woohoo. What they did for Aira is that they introduced her on a separate banner with the... I don't want to explain it, actually.
You just got so lazy.
Like, something that I've noticed is that for these long periods of time where things aren't as fresh in your memory, you just don't want to talk about them at great length because you don't even remember why you wanted to talk about them, which sucks. Because, like, the Aira thing really pisses me off, but at this point, I've kind of forgotten, like, how to articulate that, like, anger.
All I knew is I came back, she was on the banner. I was like, okay, cool. Okay, cool, sweet, I got one. Oh, sweet.
Anyway, okay. So, Aira is the most powerful red sword unit in the game, bar none. Her stats are overblown, she has special equipment that makes her deal more damage than any other character in the shortest amount of time. Her base kit is overpowered as shit.
It's
Basically,
good.
everything that she has is better than every other red sword, besides, like, distant counter users. And even then, she can use distant counter herself, and her extra stats make up for, like, everything else on there. And this would have been fine if she was, like, a Tempest Trial unit, or a Grand Hero Battle unit, because at, like, the top levels of Arena, you merge your characters together to get, like, plus 10 and whatnot. And so what they've done in the
Oh.
past for like characters like the Black Knight, his stats are overblown as shit.
He's
but
got a flesh wound.
his stats are overblown as shit, but he's a Tempest Trial character. So that means that it's either going to take you a long time to merge him up to 10, or he can only stay at like a lower merge. Like, he can only get merged to +1 right now. Which is fine, because despite his overblown stats, he doesn't inherently negate any other character because he can't be merged to +10. However, with Aira, she can be merged to +10, which is bullshit.
He ruins people's existences.
Yeah. Like, she has... Hang on, I'm gonna look up her stats real quick.
You take away a little bit of her HP, and then that's it. It's game over. Like, she's essentially... She's like, she has the same stats as a hyper offensive character, but with the stats of like a mediocre defense character, and that allows her to just gives her enough bulk to basically essentially say, hey, fuck you.
Okay, so she has...
Like, she'll start one fight and take a little bit of damage from that, but then afterwards, as long as you position her correctly and keep her away from ranged units, she will ruin everything else.
Alright, so the closest defensive stat line I could find is Seliph. So Seliph has, at neutral, defense 30 and resistance 22. Aira has defense 31 and resistance 21, so she loses out 1 resistance, but she gains so much more speed, attack, and HP. It's absurd. Like, Aira's just overblown as shit. She's so powerful, and it pisses me off.
Power creep, man. You gotta make the new characters more powerful.
Yep. I mean, even, like, they've done
everything.
power creep okay before, like, the killing weapons are 12 attack, while the slaying weapons are 14 attack, and they have the same, like, effect. However, that was mostly okay because those slaying weapons came down to the 4-star pool. At least, except, I think, Slaying Axe, which is still on Amelia, I think. But otherwise, like, this is the first time where they've really, like, screwed over the player base. Oh, yeah. Also, on her banner, there were 3 units. There was Lachesis, Eldigan, and Aira. So, Aira's overblown as shit. And so to get people to try and pull for her a lot, and with lots of money, they put her on a banner with another red sword unit known as Eldigan, who is not as good, but he's still pretty good. And so
Just use Xander.
it's basically a blatant cash grab by IS, which really sucks because up to that point they had been really good with the player base and like actually like listening to the responses. Like, for instance, people wanted the stamina cap up to 99 from 50 because they wanted to get a whole night's sleep, and so they replied with 99 stamina. People wanted more orbs after people wanted like a consistent way to get orbs from like logins and whatnot, and so they responded with like, so in the beginning of the game it was like this 2-week period where there were no daily orbs and everyone got like really pissy. So from that point on we've had like at least like 1 orb a day, which is good because, you know, consistent supply of orbs keeps the player base happy. And so they've been really good, and then that Aira thing kind of washed it all away. So hopefully that won't happen again. I'm hoping anyway.
It'll happen again.
Probably. Like, one of the best ways to stop that from happening again was for people to not spend money on that banner. However, when the Aira banner got released, Fire Emblem Heroes got to the top 4 gross marketing, like, daily on the iTunes and Amazon store, which is disgusting. So, yeah. That sucks.
Money.
And eventually people are just gonna forget, then it'll happen again. And
Don't
then
you
it'll
look
be
at
like an...
actual Fire Emblem to play? Are you still playing the fucking...
I never actually finished that.
How are you playing a fucking mobile game but not actually playing an actual proper Fire Emblem?
Because Heroes is really easy to pull out and just play for like a minute or two.
As
like,
opposed to
at
like a
time.
DS?
Yeah, a DS requires commitment and me to actually carry it around with me.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about a mobile
It's a
thing that
portable
is literally
system,
advertises being able to play anywhere as a commitment? A thing you can literally just
Alright,
fucking
alright.
flip over and pause and it's like, what?
So here's the thing. Okay, wait.
Yeah, there's no argument.
I was gonna say that I have to boot up the system each time and then go into it and then load it up and then load into the game. However,
No.
you can kind of circumvent that by just like closing the DS whenever you stop
Yes.
playing. However, if your DS dies, then you lose the progress,
What
which
if your
sucks.
phone dies?
That's why you make sure you actually save the game. Holy shit. Is that bad? Is it that bad?
Well-
What I'm hearing here is Nick, you just got bored and didn't want to play the game. That's it. Just stop. Stop offering
have-
these excuses of I don't want to carry around the system or have to deal with the system. You just got bored of the game. You got bored of like constantly ramming yourself into an enemy over and over again.
Because you played it on the hardest difficulty.
Hoping that the percentages wouldn't fuck you over. You just got bored. All right? End the story.
I mean, I also didn't want to have to carry around my DS.
No, you're for that. No, it's a shitty fucking excuse.
I mean, I could just play the DS in my room.
But no, you're bored and playing. I don't know what the fuck you're playing.
Is
Path of
Fire
Exile?
Emblem Heroes better than a traditional Fire Emblem?
No, not by a long shot.
It has
Game
longevity, while the Fire Emblem
No, it doesn't.
like main game.
Fire
What do you
Emblem
mean it
Heroes
doesn't? Heroes is getting consistent updates with new heroes, more special maps, more events, like monthly, weekly,
You didn't
daily.
finish the other game.
Okay. Like just today, they released some, or actually a little while ago, they released the Sacred Seal Forge, which is another way to
Longevity
Giant
isn't a
fuck
reason
you
to
to
keep
those
playing
that,
a
that
game
did
if
that
you haven't
Tempest
complete.
trial that one time.
Longevity isn't a reason to keep playing a game while you're fucking comparing it to a game that you haven't beaten.
Plus,
Okay.
you're comparing a mobile game to a standalone.
a mobile game.
No,
What?
They're
No.
both mobile games because they are both on mobile devices.
That's not no. It's like
technically,
mobile
yes,
games
but
are a
no,
very
but you're
specific
playing-
type of
but
game.
mobile game. Yeah, but mobile game stuff you play on your phone are supposed to be made in a way that you just keep playing. There are very few. There are exceptions to this weird ass story ones. Yeah. But most of the mobile games are made with longevity in mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Point being, it doesn't matter. You're not exactly normal when it comes to most of these things, anyway.
I suppose. I like Heroes.
Shitbag.
It's fun. I actually haven't really played much single player games in the past year
That's
or
super
so.
sad.
2 years.
Ouch.
Basically, Fire Emblem Conquest was the last one, and I didn't even finish that. I like multiplayer games more now. Or like endless farming type games like Path of Exile. I guess we're going to talk about Path of Exile.
Yeah, endless farming games. The one where you don't actually continue playing the farm.
Okay, look. There's a lot of different characters to play in that game. And I like to play... Alright, so, Path of Exile. It's like Diablo 3, which, by the way, I like
Did you
the
give up
art
on Diablo
style...
3?
I like the art style of Diablo 3 more, and it's a lot more coherent and vibrant. However, Path of Exile is the new shit on the block. And it's actually progressing a lot
even that
faster
new.
than Diablo 3. Like,
It's not that new at all.
I mean, it's been out for a few years. I played it
3.0
initially.
is new.
Yeah, like I played it initially when the when TV talked about it on a co-optional, or no, it was during a TGS podcast. Actually, I think it was either like co-optional 20 something or TGS late something like that. Anyway, played it for like a couple hours, then got up to Act 2 or Act 3, I think, and then stopped because I couldn't get past it because it didn't actually like play on anything uninstalled it and whatnot. Then this most recent coming back when 3.0 got released, played it a shit ton, and I've been looking back through some of the archives history of the game, and it's progressed a lot faster and a lot more than Diablo 3 has in the past since it's released. So since Reaper of Souls released, we've gotten a couple
That might be
legendaries.
because it's models.
What?
It's model of how it gets money.
I suppose
I'm willing to bet on average, Path of Exile makes more than Diablo.
at this point, yeah, most definitely. Like, especially since, like, this most recent BlizzCon, nothing for Diablo. Like, literally no announcements, nothing. Diablo's kind of dead for them in terms of profit, so it doesn't really make sense to continue supporting it. But yeah, Path of Exile, a lot more progress, a lot more different things going on, a lot more patches,
Getting more
balances.
content.
Like, A lot more content too. Like in 3.0, they added 6 new acts, as well as
Okay, they added 6 new acts. Yes, it was impressive, but the acts were ass.
Okay, yes, but it's still a lot of content.
What if we made everything super difficult and then gave you a penalty for dying? Fuck.
Still a lot of content over Diablo 3, and a lot of it's at least average quality, which is more than I can say for Diablo. Like, Diablo has had this thing where they, like, all the sets have been out of whack, or like, whenever they buffed up a new set, or whenever they buffed up a set, that left all the other sets of that class behind, and it just compiled until, like, this most recent patch actually made a lot of the different sets equal to each other. Except, yeah, they all got buffed to be at around the same area as the most powerful build, as well as adding tankiness to them to make them more fun to play, which is good, but it's kind of a little too late because there's been this problem where, like, you basically been playing one class because it's the most powerful for the longest time, or this one set because it's the most powerful for the longest time, like multiple years on end, and just now they finally balanced each class to be somewhat equal to each other, which took them a long time. And so Path of Exile has that over Diablo. I like the art style and how things are conveyed to the player a lot more in Diablo, because in Path of Exile things get a little crazy with all the map modifiers and whatnot, to where you can't really tell what's going on, and your debuff and buff bar at the top left is just all covering the entire screen, while in Diablo...
I honestly can't believe there isn't a UI mod out there somewhere that's legal.
If there is one, it's probably illegal because it has something else attached to it. Like, for instance,
have you ever Google searched this? Reddit?
I have not, but I know that from Diablo, or like fucking League of Legends, with the original Curse client. The Curse client originally gave you, like, jungle timers, as well as, like, being a voice chat system. So if you had Curse opened, and you got the jungle timers, they were like, hey, that's bad. No. If it was just the jungle timers as a separate app, and then Curse voice as a separate app, then you could pick and choose which one you wanted. But since it was all tied together, that means that the entire app had to be banned.
If I'm going to assume it didn't end in anything bad, because Curse was officially affiliated with them, so they probably couldn't ban people for using it.
I mean, they couldn't ban people for using it, but... Or did they? I actually don't remember.
I can't have. Like, if they were officially affiliated with League, there's no...
No, they weren't officially affiliated with League.
Yeah, that's Smite. I was thinking Smite. I thought it was League.
No. Anyway, yeah. They, like... I don't remember if they banned people for it. I doubt it. But anyway, it caused the League of Legends people to be like, hey, here are our own jungle timers instead. Mwahaha. Anyway, usually better UI changes are tied in with multiple other mods that are illegal to the game, so that's unfortunate.
That's why you gotta fucking Google search. It's not likely these things are gonna be tied together. Like, from my experience with modding things, like, I do a lot of it in Guild Wars. Stuff like post-processing and DPS tracking. And a lot of it isn't illegal. It's all like its own function as well. It's not like, oh, I'm searching for, I want to change the post-processing shaders. All the post-processing stuff, it's its own thing. And the damage tracking is its own thing. None of it has ever been compiled into one thing. It seems like people kind of make things specifically for specific things. So, you know, I don't think it'll be much different for this.
I mean, it depends on the game as well. And the community behind that game and who's actually made it. Whatever.
Oh.
So how I play Path of Exile is that I play a character until I get all the items for it, and at that point I kind of lose interest in playing that character. What do you mean wrong?
You quit way before then, sometimes.
I mean, with certain characters, it requires way too much investment to actually get that character up to a level that's, like, fun to play. And so that's when I stop playing that character. Like, for instance, with a Righteous Fire character, you need a helmet that has at least a 5 Exaltant Chant, as well as, it also needs to be Essence crafted to actually be good, with, Essence that costs 30 Chaos, and even if you, like, get the lower Chaoses and then corrupt that, that's still, like, 25, and that's not even a guaranteed chance to actually get the Chaos, the Essence. And so... it required way too much investment to actually get it. Like, it was too far out of reach. It wasn't attainable for me. At least to the point where it would, like, way before I would have actually, like, completed the build, I would have lost interest, and it wouldn't have been fun for me.
Yeah, you're the bitch. I've stuck
Okay.
with, like, throughout the Harbin's League 3 characters and got them all up to, like, 80-something.
I think I mean, I get my characters up to 80 as well.
Yeah,
as
you
long
just
as
play a fuck ton more.
Yeah. Like,
It's just then you fucking, like, you don't progress further. Like, you know, Shaper. We've never seen Shaper.
yeah. I started to do Guardians with my summoner, but then I was like, new character.
Like, you do those way too fast. Like, you know, fucking within a week, you've gone up to that point, and then you go on to the next one, and then that week, you finish that character.
Yeah, I've
But
gotten 330
how
hours
you
in the
haven't
Path of
burned
Exile.
out of this game, I don't know.
New characters.
The story is ass.
Yeah. Like, I was beginning to feel the burnout with my most recent character, which was... What was it? Oh, right, it was the Righteous Fire character that I stopped playing. Because I got, like, that one was bad. But then the 10-day came out, and then I'm up to Act 9 in that with the Sunder character, which is fun.
I'm only fucking, like, Act 4. Although I did get to 35. You don't get that box immediately, do you?
I think it's at the end of the league.
I got to 35. The leveling process is so fucking tedious. Maps are where it's at, man. Why anyone fucking's like, I will make fucking 20 characters in a week.
I mean, that's kind of the point of these games, is to get to the end game and then, you know, make a new character, reroll.
The end game. Doing the end game is also part of the end game.
I suppose. But yeah, I'm playing a lot of Path of Exile. That's fun.
It's decent. I will continue to play when fucking the next league comes out.
Speaking of PoE, Plains of Eidolon came out for Warframe.
Destiny Warframe Edition.
Yep.
Which doesn't... Now that I've played a Destiny game, like, Warframe is so different. Like, there's no way to compare them. Like, there's a few things, but no. There's, like, almost no way you can compare previous or before PoE Warframe to Destiny.
Anyway, I've been kind of not playing Warframe for a long time now. Plains of Eidolon kind of brought me back in, but...
Is there enough to hold you, though?
Like, no matter what, I still get my daily login for Warframe. But actually playing the game, I don't really do anymore.
There's not enough new content, is what it is.
I mean, like, I got burnt out on it, and so I stopped playing for, like, months. But even then, like, usually you come back from burnout eventually, but just hasn't really happened.
There's not enough new content.
Plains of Eidolon is huge, and even that didn't.
It's still not enough new content. It's a big content, but it's not enough. Like, admittedly, it's fucking level, 15 content?
It goes up to 50. As well as, like, Eidolon hunting, which is, like, more
The problem is, and I understand why they did it. They made it really, its barrier for entry really low so that it would draw in new people. Problem is, that means, like, most of the content is kind of centered around making it easy. So it's a lot of easy content. And while, you know, exploring the giant plane is interesting, you can only do it with a squad. There's not much to do in there besides go and do the thing you set out to do before you went in and then go back. It's like, why wasn't this just in a mission instead? Doesn't matter. I get to run around a bit and then go back in.
I mean, that works.
Pretty,
It works for Monster Hunter quite well, actually, because...
It's because Monster Hunter isn't an MMO, also. And it has a much clearer definition of what it wants to be, and it does it well.
Yeah.
Also, things matter more in Monster Hunter. Like, you know, you kill something, you get to harvest it. And that's kind of the driving force.
Monster Hunter is slower and more methodical than Warframe, which probably helps out a lot.
Also, fucking, like, even if you're going to compare it to Destiny, in Destiny, when you go out something, you just kind of teleport to, with or without a team, to a planet to do something, and a lot of shit's happening on that planet. There are adventures, public events going on. Usually people just do public events. And it's just like fucking, this is happening all around. I'll go do this one. Oh, there's some people here. I'm gonna do this. I'll go to this one. People going to the other one. Cool. And then there's always people around. And then I'm just doing things that randomly come out. Oh, I want to explore this cave now. There's a cave I can go to here. There's loot at the end of the cave. You know, stuff like that.
The Plains of Eidolon only lets 4 people go in at a time, which severely limits its ability to actually feel like an MMO.
That and its content is a little lacking.
I suppose.
If they refine it, make interesting things to do in the plains other than just the objectives that you said you were going to do before you got in it. And
But that's the problem with Warframe. They
Make it
introduce
not
new
hurt.
systems, and then they don't develop on them. At least
Seriously.
not for, like, years.
make one that's just like higher content. Like make it fucking end game. Like really difficult.
Here's the thing. They did that. It's called the raids.
The raid's dumb though.
The raids are fun, but the problem is
And
that
not like that. I'm not talking about like end game in general. I'm talking end game version of Plains of Eidolon. Like sortie difficulty Plains of Eidolon. Because the level 50 content, or fighting the giant Eidolon thingy, is the hardest thing, but it doesn't feel like it's just like no. It was meant for fucking new players, and you can tell it's meant for new players.
that's the end of my week.
All right. Chris, you can't avoid it.
Now
We have
time
learned
for
Nick. We have learned Nick's a sad human being. Is what we learned.
We knew that before, Chris.
Know that after.
Yeah, but you
Past, present,
enforced
and
it.
future.
All right.
You enforced it further.
So, Curator,
Yeah, it's
do
me.
your thing.
So for the 3.5 months ago, yeah, that's no, yeah, 3.5.
Since
3.5
the
months
beginning
ago.
of August, yeah.
3.5 months ago, I went off to basic training, and then a month ago, I was shipped to Fort Gordon, Georgia, to further my training, but in an environment that makes me want to hate myself less.
That's good. So I'm
Yay.
curious. I really want to know how was basic
ahead.
training.
How was basic training?
Yes.
Terrible.
What did you do?
Every day you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. Go ahead, stand out in the cold for a little bit. What else? Lights out was at 9, and then it was okay. So basically, it's essentially broken up into 3 different phases of training. They have red phase, and most of red phase is just like it's just like in red phase they might go in red phase they're there to like make you feel bad about yourself and generally get you straight. And that's also essentially like the classroom phase where you just learn stuff inside a classroom, actually, boringly enough. And then there might be a little bit of physical things here and there. Then there's white phase where they treat you slightly better, but you're still a piece of shit in their eyes. And that's also the phase where you get to shoot your weapon. And you learn how to handle you essentially learn how to handle your weapon, how to deal with it, shoot it, or fire with it. And you have to carry it around essentially everywhere. The only place you don't carry it to is the latrine or church. That's it. Otherwise the thing is basically attached to you. And also during white phase, they'll start teaching you a little bit of like more physical stuff outside. And then blue phase is a little bit more teaching you stuff, and then a final test, which will take a week. And surprisingly enough, the last 2 weeks are just cleaning up the mess you made the last 8 weeks. It was terrible, and I hated it. But at the same time, it was a little bit fun.
That's
doing
good.
stuff.
Was it
Stuff I
better
haven't
than
done
going to
before. No, dear Jesus, I have to go. Listen,
You'd have rather gone to
mean-
college?
No, I wouldn't have rather gone to college. I'm gonna get a shit ton of benefits for this now, and also now I made it to here, and I'm essentially set. Unless essentially set if I don't fuck up.
How does one fuck up? Murder someone?
So we have we have a varying set of rules here. We have just don't break the rules, and everything will be okay.
First rule: don't talk about the Fight Club.
Fuck off.
Don't throw
No,
a
but-
grenade at
Yeah,
someone
but just
in your platoon.
as long as you're fine, as long as you do your stuff, like essentially, these like just follow the right place, right uniform, right time, and you'll just get through this, and everything will be okay.
So what is the end goal actually? Like you're stationed at a fort, but what's that for?
It's for it's for training in my MOS, which is like your job, which is essentially your job within the military. So I'm here to train for my job in the military.
What's your job?
25 Sierra satellite communications operator and maintainer.
Okay,
Satcom, bitch.
she's operator. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it
And
fits.
so essentially here I still wake up at 4 and have to go to bed at 9. But like Monday through Friday I wake up at 4, do PT, go eat breakfast, go to class, which is essentially like a 14-person college class, or well, my class is 14 people. It's anywhere from like 8 to 14. Or my class is actually at max capacity. But essentially you go to a college class, they make you break for lunch, and then you come back, do more class, go back to the barracks, do a quick formation to pass out mail because they don't want to have to deal with people whining that they didn't get their mail, but they were lazy pieces of shit and just went to their room after they got back from school. So they just make us do a mail formation, and then you're essentially free the rest of the day. And that's the mail formations at 4:30, and they usually release this by 5, and then you're free for the rest of the day. So you essentially every day you have like 4 hours of free time, unless you're phase 4, like me. In which case you really want to phase up really quickly. Oh, and then the weekends are great. You wake up at 8, you get formed up, and then you get sent, and then you get to go do whatever you want. And there's a couple formations on the weekends that you have to attend, but it's nothing too crazy, and it's nice and relaxing.
But it seems like you fucking bunked up with a bunch of fucking weirdos.
They're all nerds. Everyone here is weird.
Did you fucking finish watching Kimi Noah?
No, we did not. One person got into a phone call. Apparently his girlfriend was gonna break up with him.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
seems familiar.
So
Nick.
it took him a little bit, and we didn't finish the movie, and we haven't gone back to finishing the movie. So I'll probably just finish it on my own, to be quite entirely
Well,
honest.
you
But
might not have to finish it on your own, technically. Hint. I was thinking of
what is it?
recommending it.
What is it? Yeah, no. Essentially, here's a lot better than basic. Because basic, like at basic, I didn't even have my phone at basic. Right?
No heroes.
Every once in a while, I'd be allowed like a 3 or 5 minute phone call, and so, I call family actually.
To let them know you're not dead. You didn't get bludgeoned with a sock full of nickels.
I mean that's technically illegal now,
Now,
but
was
yeah,
it
no,
ever
you
not
can't do that.
legal?
You can't do that shit anymore. There's no beating up
Well,
other people. in
my
the
hunch
barracks
was
anymore.
right. This was a thing before.
You can't do it anymore. Drill sergeant telling us about this shit telling us about all this shit.
Okay.
But no, here's a lot better, since I have essentially guaranteed 4 hours of free time every day, and then the weekends I'm essentially just free to do what I want. Like it's a lot better here, and And now I have my laptop, and everything's infinitely better. This first couple weeks I didn't have my laptop. We're super sad.
Now you get to play Borderlands the pre-sequel.
I'm finished. I'm already done.
I don't know why you would fucking play that game again. And why the pre-sequel of all the Borderlands? Like, I get it over the first Borderlands, but the second?
They're having sale. DLC is on sale. Bought DLC, played DLC. I'm dead.
Oh, is that the DLC? DLC.
Yeah. That was it. There's DLC. There's DLC. It was on sale. Bought it. Played it. I'm good now.
How was it?
It was alright up until the last boss, which is entirely bullshit.
That game was average at best.
Yep. And so for a grand total of money I've spent since I was released from basic, $2,190.76.
How?
What'd you spend it on?
Fuck.
A new car?
So big purchases include a new pair of boots. The issued boots they give you at basic are absolutely shit, and you need to replace them immediately. That was like $150 in and of itself.
Okay,
$150?
I have a feeling.
I wear those boots every day, motherfucker. They need to be comfortable.
All right.
Are they comfortable?
Yes. A lot more than other boots.
All right, I can understand getting a good pair of boots if you're wearing them every day.
Fucking get yourself a pair of Timbs.
Hygiene. I had to buy a couple of hygiene stuff. I bought a Nintendo Switch.
Okay, what the fuck?
All right, good.
And 3 games for it.
Nice.
So there's that money.
What games?
Also,
Mario Odyssey probably being one of them.
fuck no. Fuck no, I don't give a shit
Why
about
would you
Mario.
buy a what?
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
Actually, I did buy a Mario game. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and then I also bought Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I question that much more than Odyssey, actually.
And then I bought Fire Emblem Warriors, which is a great purchase in and of itself.
I question that much more.
What, you don't like Fire? No, right. You don't like Fire Emblem, and you don't like Dynasty Warriors.
No, I'm still talking about that fucking rabbit. Like, what? Why would you buy that? It's just
What's wrong with Rabbids? Okay, it's XCOM with a different game. Spear?
It's
Sense?
not a
mechanics. Mechanics.
To be
it's
to be entirely fair, all I did was play Fire Emblem Warriors until I got my laptop.
Warriors is probably
Is that
pretty good.
Dynasty Warriors ripoff?
With Fire Emblem, yeah.
With Fire Emblem,
Does that make it any better?
yes.
It's still
Kind
Dynasty
of.
Warriors, but you have connection to the characters.
Depends on who you ask. It's all the newer characters, so I imagine a lot of older people don't really care for it.
I guess if you like Dynasty Warriors.
I do.
Okay, good.
Dynasty Warriors type games are
I've never
fucking shit.
played Dynasty Warriors games, so I really went now. I played a
have
demo.
You
for,
wouldn't care for them. You wouldn't care for them.
I don't know, because I played a demo a long time ago for a Gundam version of it, and I really liked it.
Oh, the Gundam
That's
version.
how
forgot.
that's how I got sucked in. I like the Gundam version.
I'm like, cool, I get to fly around, fucking kill a bunch of people. That was pretty fun. And then I forgot about it, and then the Zelda one came out, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look very interesting.
I got forced to play Dynasty Warrior game, and then I liked it.
Dynasty Warriors is fun.
More of the
The
story
sad
is
thing is,
force people to play the things you want them to play, and then they'll like it.
I finished. The other thing is, I'm almost finished with it. There's one tiny little bit. I finished the main story, and you unlock like these little like semi-story bits where it's like a historical mode, and essentially it's some like little small bits of history. Like there's one for the end of Fire Emblem Awakening. Like, look, there's the fuck Valadar. Valadar is his name. There's Valadar. Get him. Get him, boys.
Yo, you've only
He's gonna
played
summon-
the Fire Emblem game thus far? What about fucking Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild's okay.
Fucking, it seems like it's a great game.
It's okay. What the fuck else did I buy? Oh, I bought a Vita. A PlayStation Vita.
Why? Like, I'm pretty sure even
Yes.
fucking Sony doesn't remember the Vita.
Sorry,
Vini
guys.
Vici Vita.
It's very terrible of them. At the school, they give you a break. They try to give you a break every hour, which usually happens. And then they send you to the break room, and then there's vending machines in the break room. A lot of money's gone just the break room.
Oh, okay. That's why. Like, what's
But-
terrible about that? Oh.
Because you're hungry and you're hungry and the teachers they're like, all right, go ahead and take a break, and you walk in and you look at the vending machine and you're like, oh god damn it, brought my
How much you get
debit
paid?
card. I brought my debit card today.
You're still getting paid, right? How much do you get paid?
Yes, I'm getting paid, and I'm getting paid more since technically I am doing stuff every day.
Is it like, was all that money you spent yours, or
Yes, Jesus Christ, no.
it was all your money? Huh.
I all $2,190. Oh, another big purchase was a plane ticket home
Oh.
and back, because from the 21st of December to January 3rd is holiday block leave, in which on the 21st I will fly back to Arizona and be in Arizona for 2 weeks.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Not Thanksgiving. Holy shit, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I,
Christmas.
Did you not hear the December 21st to January 3rd part?
I heard the 21st.
You're
Uh,
stupid.
Stupid does not account for years.
It does. At least in Ian's case. And Camper.
Ian's a different case. Ian's just like, I'm pretty sure it goes through one ear and out the other. It doesn't process.
Okay.
Slightly different.
Anyways,
Mine was an honest mistake.
yeah, plane tickets were a lot of money, but at least I get to be home for the holidays.
Yay.
I think that's
Christmas time.
all for like the major big money purchases. Other than, yeah, no, that's it for like that's it for the major, really big major purchases. The only other thing of note is I did preload Pokemon Ultra Sun on my 3DS. Because that's releasing next Friday.
I thought that was out already and done.
Yeah, no, it's releasing next Friday.
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
As well as what is it? I think Skyrim comes out for the Switch on.
Fucking gonna buy Skyrim for the Switch.
I know I'm not gonna buy Skyrim for it. I thought about it, and then I remembered. Wait a minute! In a couple of days, my laptop is coming, and that has Skyrim. So why the fuck would I get out my
It
Switch?
has Skyrim with mods.
Exactly. So
Which
I was
is
like,
really the only way you can play Skyrim.
no, you can play vanilla. You can play vanilla Skyrim. It's still very.
It's not
enjoyable game.
maybe the first time.
Because you're a piece of shit that's already played it like with all the mods. So you can't play it without the mods. If somebody was like, if you went to a house and they were like, yo, I got Skyrim, you want to play that? And they had it like on their Xbox, you'd be like, no, fuck no, guy.
Like, if I look at vanilla, like, fucking Whiterun, I want to throw up, because that place does not look good.
Yep.
Whiterun looks like ass. I haven't seen the regular version of Whiterun in years.
Yeah. But it's still a good game.
Well, milk drinkers.
Filthy milk drinkers. Oh, and then I finished game today. Actually, in the middle of this podcast, Valhalla. It's good.
Valhalla is a place.
It's also a game.
Well, it's called. Well, the entire title is Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action.
Oh, that
thing.
one.
Yeah.
You've been meaning to finish that for a while.
At the very least, you talked about it once on the podcast.
Yeah, I finished it up. It was nice.
I know nothing about it other than what you spoke of at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. Other than that, I haven't really done a whole lot. I went to the gym yesterday.
Why?
Because I have friends here. and they like to go to the gym, and they were like they've gone to the gym a couple times, and they were like, "Yo, you should come." And like the first time, I was like, "No, I don't want to go." And so they were like, "Okay, we're not gonna force you into it." And then the next week rolled over, and they were like, "Yo, we're going to the gym again. Do you want to come?" And I was like, I got CQ. And CQ is essentially you sit somewhere for 2 hours. You sit in the entrance of a building for 2 hours on your phone. It's great. It's great and terrible at the same time. It's great because you can be on your phone. It's terrible because you have to be there for 2 hours. I had CQ, but then this last time they were like, "All right, we're going to the gym. You're coming," and I was like, "Fuck." So we went to the gym. It was an experience. And that ends my escapades because I haven't done shit.
All right. Do you remember anything about the anime, considering how long ago it was?
I didn't even fucking watch the anime. I go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
I don't even
okay.
know what the anime was.
MegaMetalGamer, you're the one who recommended it. You won.
Actually, yeah, you won.
Holy shit, was that me?
Yeah, it was you.
Oops.
Well,
I
it
didn't
makes you
even
feel
remember
like
what it was.
Nick's in kind of the same boat. Well, at the very least, in some sort of degree. He didn't watch the whole thing, which is strange for Nick.
He didn't watch the whole thing. What?
I
boy?
watched
Oh.
everything within the parameters that were set. So the first
Yeah,
season.
but you always, your shtick was you go beyond that and watch everything.
No.
I mean, I
Wasn't
didn't
the
watch
intent-
all of JoJo either.
Wasn't
You
the
watched,
intent
like, a-
behind choosing this anime or any of the other animes was that they were lengthy, or was it
No,
Actually,
just like,
what happened
That was going to be what happened the next week. We were gonna have like a shonen week where we pick like Naruto or DBZ or like really long animes.
Except
but-
I was not present, and so we didn't do the podcast, and it just kind of rolled over, and it turned out to be an okay thing.
Right.
We're gonna talk about the anime now?
Yeah. Anime homework.
know.
If you want to skip the anime homework, go to
2 hours, 56 minutes, and 15 seconds. 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 15 seconds. 2 hours, 56 minutes, and
I would like
15
to-
seconds.
if you want to skip
I would
the
like to
anime,
mention
if
that-
you want to skip the anime homework and also meet your maker, go ahead and slit your throat.
okay.
I would like to mention that I was only told which anime it was once, and then I forgot, so I didn't watch it either.
You could have asked again.
I mean, once again, we don't expect guests to do it, so it doesn't really matter.
True. So, Iggy, let's talk about the anime homework.
All right, so we're gonna talk about
MegaMetalGamer.
You're gonna have to excuse me, like, because it's gonna be really difficult for me to talk about this because I don't fully remember what exactly is Bakame, what is the rest of the show, because it kind of blends really well.
Okay, so the arcs.
8 minutes? Okay.
Let me see if I remember
sure.
correctly. The arc
Okay.
starts with Araragi Kiyomi
It's
and
outside the rooms?
what's her
Wearing a
name?
uniform?
Senju Gohara.
Hitagi, yeah.
They do the whole fucking
Okay.
her demon thing. They introduce some characters like Shinobu and
Fucking
Shinobu.
Shinobu.
I sure. Okay.
We'll get to her later.
Sucks for them.
You're making a mistake, but okay.
Okay.
Then the next one was
Alright, so we go Hitagi Crab, which is Senju Gohara facing her demon.
yep.
Then we have Mayoi Snail, where the girl,
Oh, that's right. She was
Yeah.
next.
yeah,
What was
dead girl tries to get back home
That's
and
Katsuki,
constantly getting put back, right? Never able to find it.
Yeah, the lost snail cow thing. Then it went to was it Kanbaru next or
It was Sururuga monkey. So the monkey paw girl.
yeah, Kanbaru.
Is that her name? Is that her
Yeah.
first name?
I don't know. I just remember that as her name because it's basically what they always called her. Yeah, the monkeys. No, it wasn't even really a monkey paw. It was a rainy devil. But yeah,
Yeah,
monkey.
monkey,
Okay.
whatever. Then we had Nadeko Snake.
Oh yeah, her.
Yeah, she was she
it
was
end
Circulation Girl, right?
It ended for that because the whole fire bee thing was I think,
Accountability.
Yeah,
It
it had to
didn't-
be.
Accountability thing is again outside of rooms today, so
It didn't
Okay.
end with Nadeko Snake.
that could take a while, or it could be really
Okay.
quick like it was yesterday.
All right.
Do you? I don't think you really. Do you care to fucking hear anything about the anime homework?
Not particularly, no.
All right, then we'll just continue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anyway,
so where did Bake end? If it didn't end.
Bake ends with Tsubasa Cat, which is
Oh right, it deals with the whole Hanekawa thing.
yeah, Hanekawa, that's her name.
Big
Or
boobs.
Hinekawa?
Hanekawa. That's I believe what it was.
Hanekawa, that's what it is.
It's weird.
It's Tsubasa Hanekawa, that's her name.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what it is. I'll keep that in my mind and try not to fucking spoil anything. Let me just fucking. I've seen a lot of shows at this point, like a fucking ton of anime, a ton of manga, a ton of regular TV. I've seen a lot of media. I've seen bad media, good media, everything in between, I think, except for movies. Really don't watch movies. Bake Monogatari is like far and away the best thing I've ever seen. Well, Monogatari in general. Best fucking series I have ever fucking seen.
Well, that's good.
Like, there's a reason I went and watched fucking everything. It's because immediately, Bake Monogatari, as soon as I knew it was the fucking place to start, I just kept watching and kept watching to the next one, Nisei, and then whatever else, second season, and then whatever else. All the small ones, and then the movies. It's all fucking grand.
Well, good to know. It's very good.
It is extremely good.
I gotta figure out what to do with my life, anyways. I'm gonna
You gotta
be
do what
here.
now?
I don't know if you guys realize this, but logistically, I'm gonna be here till the middle of next year.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it might even be pushed back further. That's the minimum I'll be here.
I thought you already left for fucking your thing.
Hmm?
I thought you already left for your thing.
What thing?
Your thing
It's
at
outside.
7.
It's outside. 4 minutes,
Okay.
roughly.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm only gonna talk about Baki, but fucking everything, fucking grand. It's not even done yet.
What?
There's still a whole bunch, like a few seasons left that have to be aired. It's not even done yet, but fucking thus far, fucking super good.
Oh yeah, real quick. One of the reasons I didn't watch through all of Bake is that I was watching through all of Naruto Shippuden instead.
You didn't watch all of Baki?
Oh no, I watched all of Bake. I didn't watch all of Monogatari.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've been watching through all of Shippuden because I wanted to watch Boruto.
Yeah, I don't
wanna watch
know
Boruto?
why. Don't know why.
I've been skipping through all the filler, and without the filler, it's pretty great.
Don't know, but it's like it's not like I'm not saying don't know why to ship it, even though that's its own fucking case. Shippuden's okay. The manga, I would recommend the manga more because fucking it's faster. What I don't get is your destination of Boruto.
So I have these things where like I just have some clips running on my other monitor while I'm playing a game or whatnot, like Family Guy, Scrubs, different like shows where I just have like clips of them running on my other monitor, and I just let it go on autoplay because they fixed it to where you could have full screen, and then when you go out of full screen from autoplay, it actually doesn't reload the page, which was an annoyance for me on YouTube, but whatever. So I just let autoplay go, and it goes through different things. Like it goes to like Super, Dragon Ball Super, and all those clips, and then it eventually landed on like some Naruto clips of like different fights and whatnot, and then eventually ended up going to Boruto, and I was like, oh, Boruto, that's a thing. I forgot about that. And so I started watching some of those clips, and I was like, hey, this seems pretty decent. I guess I'll watch through Shippuden before I watch Boruto. And that's exactly how it went.
Okay.
And so I rewatched through all of Shippuden from the start, besides filler anyway, because I already watched filler from my first initial watching of Shippuden. I found where exactly I dropped it last time, and, continued through all of Shippuden.
All right, I guess while we're going to derail the whole Monogatari talk, I went back and I decided I was going to finish one of the something. I finished Naruto a while back, so I'm like, I'm going to knock out something else. I didn't want to do Fairy Tail or One Piece, so I went and did Bleach. So I went and reread Bleach from the beginning. Bleach is actually very short, turns out.
Short?
It feels very short. Well, considering I had already read up past the Waco Mundo arc, it allowed me to skim through a lot of things. But it was very quick. There wasn't very much past the Waco Mundo arc. But I did finish Bleach, and it ends with unsatisfactory.
I mean,
Like,
wasn't the story behind that he just got sick of making it?
I don't know. It feels like it. It really does feel like it. because everything past Waco Mundo just instantly drops in quality hard. Like,
Yeah.
do you know the end of the Waco Mundo arc or anything
I
past it?
do not.
I think we said this like years ago too, so I couldn't fucking tell you. I think it was the first podcast.
It might have been, actually.
Well, yep, I rewatched the first podcast not too long ago. It was. Asked you then, asked you now. 2 years later, great.
I mean, shit. I mean, what episode of... I think on my most recent watch through of Bleach, I stopped right before Ichigo fights a Roncar guy? What's his name?
Cargo. There's Ukiura. There's Girmja.
I think it was Ukiura.
Basically the one everyone writes fan fiction about. Well, that's not true. It's basically everyone.
Yeah, Ukiura. I think I stopped right before they fight.
Okay, that's before that's before something happens. I guess I won't fucking say anything, but it gets fucking ridiculous. It's not like Dragon Ball levels, but like the levels of like fucking not convenience, but coincidence is a little weird. Stuff with his past and who he is, and oh god.
I mean,
like
if you
Soul
take...
Society arc and Wake Mundo arc are good. Everything past it gets a little bit weird, especially the one just after Wake Mundo is really weird.
I mean, if you take a look at like some of the panels from like the first couple like mangas of Bleach and then the last few, I'm pretty sure there's a pretty big difference in quality.
Fuck, I mean, even like the stories are completely different too. It's like the first few, it feels like Bleach was really meant to be something different from its like first few books versus like where it ended up after Soul Society arc. Like it went in a really weird direction. And then like the ending is super unsatisfactory. I actually had to fucking reread the last chapter because I wasn't sure I was reading it right.
Anyway, back to Monogatari.
Yep. Best show I've ever seen.
Pretty damn good show. Reminds me of my favorite show, so that's good.
What's your favorite show?
Alright, I'm gonna rail into that a little later, because I wanted to do a bit about it.
Okay.
And it makes more sense after we've talked about the show.
So it's not a perfect show, mind you. I do have problems with this show. Admittedly, everything fucking outshines it, and the problems are really not that big. But this show does a lot of things good. Mainly, fucking animation is so fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Like the way this fucking show is shot with camera angles and the fucking characters and how they look, how everything looks, backgrounds, foregrounds, characters, camera angles, everything is fucking meticulously done. The fucking like weird like bits that happen in between reactions and things like it'll cut away to like a weird drawing or something, or like a weird paper cut out of Araragi and it's fucking suddenly there's spaghetti in his head or something because of something that's going on with the story. Fucking all those shots, all those weird abstract fucking things, all those fucking art styles coming together, fucking beautiful.
Like, this show is a masterclass in visual storytelling. Like, there's so much symbolism, so many little details, so many, like, you could take a snapshot of any frame in the show and then you could make a painting put it on your wall.
Oh yeah, I thought that so much. Like, I fucking actually paused episodes at times, just like, I could have that as a background art for my computer. Like, there's a shot, I think, during the Kombaru, or whether was it the snake one, when they're going up to a mountain thing. And then it shows a shot of the mountain where it's just like this very stylized bamboo, and then there's like a red streak of fabric going across for no real reason. And that shot is just fucking amazing. It's just art. Like, every shot of this show is just an art piece. And it's fucking, that's so, I don't know how long that took. It kind of makes sense why there's so fucking much time in between things. Because I think the show started airing in 2008.
It was 2008, yep.
And it's still releasing.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful show, and the amount of time it takes to actually like set up each shot and like storyboard that out is immense. And like thinking about what you actually have to put in.
I don't know if the animators of the show either love their jobs or really hate themselves, because they either really hate their bosses for making them do this, or they're fucking super in love with their job because I don't know what they're doing, but it's great. Other thing, like I've always said this time and time again, but the most paramount thing to a good show is story, and my gosh, fucking the story, and even for Bake, is fucking really good.
Mm-hmm.
the story generally is that fuck, can't even really say that. Araragi is a vampire. That's established in Bake.
Yes.
Well, he's a something vampire. He's not quite a vampire. He's not quite human.
He's like half and half. It's something with Kanbaru. I don't know what.
What do you mean, Shinobu?
Shinobu, whatever.
Kanbaru is the monkey one that wanted him dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something to do with Shinobu. I won't get into it. The movies get into that. Fucking, you're gonna talk about visuals. The movies have a completely different visual style, although it is still the Monogatari. It's different and good. It's just it goes around with him helping people. Like he on a whim helps Senju Gohara, and then like well, they're called aberrations, right?
All right. I think I'll be able to articulate what Bake is about. Or
I know what it is, but like it's just this one point. Fucking
yeah, they're aberrations, I believe.
they're called aberrations, right? Okay, because it's a thing in the show for some reason where at first they're called aberrations, and then they're called apparitions, and then somewhere else down the line they're called oddities, and it's weirded me out. But I think it was just translators.
Yeah.
But from where I was watching it, it fucking kept changing. It kept fucking throwing me for a loop. I liked aberrations the best because it's a cool word.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's basically just going around fucking aberrations keep appearing, and he has to deal with them because either they're trying to kill him or they're in fucking friends.
He helps people with their mystical problems, which also helps them on a personal level as well.
Because Araragi is a weirdly altruistic person, even kind of to a fault, which is brought up several times actually.
By Senju Gohara. Yep.
Mm-hmm. This show, the biggest thing I think that would turn off most people from this, and Ian even said this, he had seen things about this show or heard things about this show that kind of pushed him off from it. I think what he's referring to is the weird amount of dirty jokes in the show. Well, not even just dirty jokes, it's just ecchi in general. If you can't get past certain ecchi, it's kind of hard, and it's like the only one thing I consider kind of a fault, but it's not pointless even.
No, it's like it's played up for like a purpose. Like when Senju Gohara and Araragi are talking in like episode.
You fucking said it wrong.
Shut up. Like
I thought you were going with the bit.
What bit?
Fucking Hatsukaji, fucking the snail, constantly mispronounces his name, and it's a bit.
Wasn't it Arakagi?
She says it in several different ways throughout the show.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, Araragi is when he and Senju Gohara are talking, and they're starting to get together. They use the ecchi as a way to reinforce what's actually happening in the scene.
There's a fucking analysis video of that fucking scene during her arc, where it's just like it's even showing how it's clearly stating fucking the ecchi is not. It was kind of making fun of generic ecchi and how it makes more sense with everything that's going on within the story and why it's not just pointless. They handle it all very well. I think the most ways people can misconstrue it is the stuff with Hatsukaji because it's a kid, and the toothbrushing scene from Nisei Monogatari and everything else onward. I will say this: in Bake Monogatari, it's a little bit more tame. Nisei Monogatari onward, it's actually a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, it gets progressively. There's a lot more of it. Not that it makes it any worse, and usually it's still for a point. I don't know about the toothbrushing scene. The toothbrushing scene still haunts me.
I found it pretty funny. I've seen
purely for comedy, but
I've seen specifically that one clip from the other Monogataris, and that's it.
Yeah, that's Nisei. That's the next thing.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of the visual storytelling, it's not just the ecchi that's played up for that. It's everything else in the show as well. Like for instance, for instance, in a lot of the episodes, they use the shadows on their faces to construe how they're feeling at the time, as well as like whether or not they're showing the face of the person. That's another way they do it, and like there are so many different ways they do visual storytelling to enforce a point in the show when they don't even need to. Like the conversations that the characters are having are well and away enough to get the point across, but to reinforce it even more and keep you engaged in the storytelling and the conversations, which, by the way, this show is like 95% conversation.
Oh yeah, no. Like the amount of action that happens is very little, although it is very good when it happens. Although some people have certain problems with the action when it happens for certain reasons that I won't bring up. Because y'all motherfuckers didn't fucking go and watch this shit.
Uh-huh. Anyway, like, visually, show is fucking astounding. Now, keep in mind that this isn't the only way to have a show, like, be visually great and still, like, tell a good story. Like, other shows can do it in different ways. They don't have to go balls to the wall with visual storytelling. Like, Academia has, like, their characters move their hands to, like, reinforce their points. And other shows do something of a similar nature, like...
What is it called? Fuck. Also a great picture. Gosh, I'm gonna look it up in a second if I can keep going.
Yeah. So, like, Monogatari isn't the only way to, like, do visual storytelling. It's just one of
It's a style. It's a very specific style. And actually, Monogatari isn't the only one to use this style. I'm looking that name up right now. Nisekoi. Nisekoi, at least the anime, used a very similar thing. Like that whole shots and stuff and the camera angles and moving up to some interesting shots. Nisekoi also used that.
I mean, they're
And
both
then it also
produced by
uses its own
Shaft,
companies.
aren't they?
Is it?
I think
don't
so.
know. Wouldn't know. All I know is I watched Nisekoi a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like that Monogatari thing I watched once.
Yep, they're both by Studio Shaft.
Yeah, well, it's their fucking style.
Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty great style.
Uh,
Anyway, visually amazing. Audio-wise, it's also, like, really fucking good. Like, all the music, all the sound effects,
yeah, I
just
forgot about that. But I'm glad you brought it up.
phenomenal.
Fucking music is a fucking highlight. Like, you could go listen to the fucking Bake Monogatari track, and there's like, I've been listening like since I stopped watching it to a bunch of fucking tracks throughout the whole fucking thing. So much of the music is good. So much of it. Fucking in Bake Monogatari, there's a few tracks that are good. Fucking there's this character that's introduced in Nisei Monogatari. His theme has like 3 versions, and they're all phenomenal. There's so much type of music. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh yeah, speaking of themes, every arc in the show has a different opening.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That continues.
I'm very glad, because that was one of my favorite aspects of
And endings
the
as well.
first... That was one of my favorite aspects of Bake Monogatari.
A lot of the openings are super fucking good. Like Snake Girl's openings, I like both of those. One of them's a meme.
Yeah, Circulation.
Everybody, oh, that's not everybody. Circulation one, I don't remember what it's actually called. That one's a meme. Platinum Disco's a meme.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know those things were from Monogatari before I watched this.
Neither did I.
But they're both fucking phenomenal songs.
Indeed.
Guy you haven't met yet that appears in Nisei Monogatari has his own arc later on, and his theme's fucking pretty dope.
Stable Staples, one of my favorites.
I don't know which one that is. Oh, is that the
That's-
first one?
That's the first one, yeah.
That's good. It's just got a fucking lot of good music. It's
Mhm.
astounding.
So, now to dive into, like, the actual storytelling and whatnot. So,
Play off of you because I
What-
don't remember.
alright, so what I really like about having each arc have a different opening is that it really distinguishes each arc from one another, because despite each of the arcs having the same structure, like, oh, Ararararagi meets person, they have a problem, they get introduced to more problems on a personal level, problems fixed on personal level, problems fixed on the mystical level. But despite that, each arc is very distinct from one another. Like, I still remember each arc, like, very well, like, despite watching it months ago. And, you know, the differences in between them, like, Tsubasa Cat, that one was a really long arc, but it really delved deep into Hanakawa and what was happening with her. And in comparison, we had like the first arc with Senju Gohara. Well, it did delve deep into her as well. It delved deep on a different level and to a different point, which was really good. Like, despite each arc being same kind of style and same visual storytelling, or similar anyway, which is great, by the way.
This is the thing about the show. The reason I'm having so much difficulty remembering a lot of stuff is because this show flows really, really well between its seasons. That it's kind of hard to I remember everything, but it's really kind of hard to remember where things were placed. Because everything kind of just seems like one really long thing. Like, if you ignore, like, the weird time jump skips that you do when you go from certain seasons to certain seasons, everything is essentially just a really long line. and it all fucking meshes together beautifully.
Yeah. So there are two ways we can do this. We can talk about each of those arcs individually, or just like they were all great.
If there's anything particular that interests anyone,
All right. So
there's something I
when-
wanted to bring up. I forgot.
I really like the love story between Senju Kahara and
Oh, that was-
Araragi.
Yeah, very unusual for a show like this, especially since it kind of keeps it up. But it's a very harem-y show. Actually, how many male characters are in this show?
There's Araragi.
In Bakemonogatari, it's just him and Oshino, yeah?
Oshino was
Oshino
Mi-
Meme.
priest, right?
The weird exorcist guy that's, yeah.
Other
Oshino
than
Meme.
him, it's basically all girls, yeah.
That's a fairly consistent for the rest of the show. It's a lot of female characters. It's a very harem-y show, but he did go out with Senju Gohara. That kind of weirdly did some things. So
Yeah,
it's
and-
not it plays into effect later, but I can't talk about it.
Like, I really like that they get them together early on in the show, and then develop that more. Like, alright, so each of the episodes has, like, a title with them. Like, there's Hitagiri Crab Part 1, 2, then Mayoi Snail Part 1, 2, 3, and then, like, Tsubasa Cat Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I was weirded out by So, with the different tiles and being different parts, it's supposed to, like, signify, like, hey, these are supposed to be together, and they're supposed to be told like this. However, with Tsubasa Cat Part 2, that doesn't really happen. I mean, it happens because of... Alright, so Tsubasa Cat Part 2 has nothing to do with Tsubasa. It's just... Araragi and Senju Kahara going on a date. And it's a really good date, I might add. But, like, it's Tsubasa Cat Part 2 for some reason. I don't know why. That was my only gripe with that. But otherwise, that entire arc was awesome. So Senju Kahara as a character is fantastic with words. Like, she can convey things really well with words and whatnot. And I have in my notes that there was a reason for her to actually be a tsundere. I don't remember what that reason was, but there was a reason. I think it... Oh, right, it was, her parents didn't really talk to her because, her dad and mom were, like, business people for most of her life. I believe that's what it was. She makes ample use of anything to leverage her position in a relationship, as shown in episode 6. You still there? Hello?
Iggy.
Oh, there we go. My mic unplugged.
Okay.
Yep. I was just I was agreeing.
Okay.
Did you hear that? Was it the fucking... Where did I stop talking?
You stopped talking right before I started talking about Tsubasa
Oh yeah,
Cat.
so the reason she was the fucking... As she had problems as a kid, her fucking family fell into a cult, specifically her mother,
Right, that's what it
part
was.
of a cult. It caused bad things. She was almost raped. Pretty dark.
Mm-hmm. And I love it when shows actually give a reason for why the characters act the way they do. For
Despite
instance,
that
Tsundere.
Yep. Gosh, fuck. This is hard. I want to keep talking about certain things, but it's hard.
Show is phenomenal in storytelling and whatnot. Oh, right. I didn't like Shinobu because there's too much mystery surrounding her.
Okay, so Bakemonogatari is like the third thing in like the series, I think. I think the movies, which is a 3-part movie, happens, and then something revolving around Golden Week, although I forget what it's called specifically, one of the Monogatari, the one about Golden Week, and then Bakemonogatari, I think. There was possibly one more in between that, but I think that's it. So the movies establish Shinobu, and then there's the Golden Week, which also does some things, and also fucking establishes something about Tsubasa, the cat, and then you get to Bake. So there's a bunch of reasons for why Shinobu is why she is. Honestly, the reason is really fucking big, and I can't say anything. You have to know is she doesn't even talk in Bake.
No, like, she shows up just out of the blue, out of shadow, somehow, when Araragi's about to die.
I mean, she
Which-
was. Yeah, there's. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I can't say any.
I know. But that was the one thing that really like ducked down the show for me. Was that
well, the thing is, you're jumping into the middle of a show.
I know,
There
but
is
it's the
a
first
reason.
in the release order, so
Yes. She becomes infinitely better in these things when she starts talking. And then, like, you go through everything, and then, like, the movies is one of the last things you see, and then you realize why she's been saying some things. It's like, oh, this is your story. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, that's, oh. I can't say anything.
I know. That was the main thing about Bake that I didn't like, was that Shinobu got like no screen time, and then she's somehow like the main crux of how Araragi survives.
Yeah, but that's, yeah.
Yeah.
They're linked. They established that in Bake.
Yeah, but they don't really show it, is the only issue. I'm sure they do in like every other
Oh, yeah.
Monogatari.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah.
There's several things, and then there's the, and there's that too.
As a standalone season, that Shinobu really kind of irks me. Otherwise, though, show's
That's
fantastic.
fine. That's fine.
And it reminds me a lot of Do Da 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 Da.
Really?
Because Do Da 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 and Monogatari are both about, like, very methodical, slow shows
Oh.
who are all about conversation.
I thought you were
as-
just going to say because they had a lot of Ras.
I mean, that's one of the points, like, Araragi and Do Da 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 Da. And it's now time for Do Da 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 comparison time. So, Sengoku...
This is now a thing, apparently.
Yeah, so Sengoku and Anri have the same voice actor, which is Kana Hanazawa. Izaya and Araragi both have twin younger sisters who usually wear green and yellow, all four of which are voiced by Kitamura Airi. They both have pacing, distinct arcs, awesome character design and characterization, and amazing stories.
We're fucking
They're
finishing
very-
this at some point. We're
Yeah.
fucking finishing this at some point. At some
I'm
point,
back.
we're watching the rest of this.
Okay.
I'm back.
I can't. Yeah,
So
that's
what's
like-
going
we're almost finished.
Holy shit.
What?
What do you mean, holy shit? It's been like 20 minutes.
We usually
These
talk
things-
for like an hour on.
If you want to take a fucking... Alice Chizoroku took like fucking 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost done, man.
You know, I will say during the whole time, I just remembered something that I forgot to do.
What's
All
that?
right.
There was 3 other games that I forgot to put on the website.
All right. You do
I'll,
that.
I'll mention it after, though.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
What we're saying?
lots of
We're
similarities
saying
between
something. I'm saying
Dada.
we gotta fucking finish this at some point.
Okay, I'll finish it now. 8.5 out of 10. Like,
No, I meant
It's
like
all-
finish the fucking show.
oh, like that. Okay. Yeah, we should.
Because the rest of it, there's so much to fucking talk about.
I mean, we
What's
don't
the
even
next
necessarily have to
bottle?
talk about it on the podcast. I can just finish it on my own time, and then we can talk about it then.
It's pretty fucking worth talking about. What did you fucking give it?
8.5 out of 10. Like, Shinobu, and like, yeah, that's kind of it, Shinobu.
Shinobu, no, okay.
Like,
I can understand that. I really can.
if it wasn't for Shinobu, like, being such a crux, like,
The
being
only
so
reason I
integral to
can't
his
see it
survival.
now is because I know why it is.
Yeah.
You don't. I can understand that. So
But, like,
that's
only-
perfectly valid.
Only knowing what happens in the first season, Shinobu really brings it down, as well
I
as,
would
like,
have thought. I would have thought you would have liked Snake Girl less.
oh no, Nadeka's fine.
A lot
Like-
of people really don't like her. Like seems like the just kind of like no character, just like fucking. Oh, I like Araragi. That's it.
Like, I can see why people don't like her, because, like,
I-
this... But, because of her arc, Araragi gets really developed. Like, for instance, when the snake gets away, and he tried whatever he could to, like, stop the snake from getting away. But then, like, he doesn't... After the snake gets away, he doesn't try to pursue it further. He actually grows as a person. Like, before Nadeko, he would have gone like, okay, who are the people that bullied you? Let me go get to them so that way I can stop the snake from getting them. However, he doesn't do that. Because Nadeko's like, please, just stop. You can stop. Which was really good moment. So, yeah.
Also, on a completely related note that you won't understand, the show does have a lot of good continuity. It seems like nothing is forgotten, and this plays a lot more when things get more established, and but it has good continuity, which is important. And now the fucking Snake Girl, I love her for several reasons that you will have not seen yet. Ugh.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Now you know how I feel sometimes.
For what? What did you watch that no one else did?
What was it? I'm sure I did.
Oh no.
I don't remember. It was something. But whatever. 8.5.
Okay,
It's a really good
8.5.
show.
As it stands right now, Monogatari is the best thing I've ever seen, so it gets 10 out of 10. I'd give it more if I fucking could, but I'm also ecstatically waiting next installment whenever that comes out. And the only sticking point, like the only season of the show that was kind of meh was Hana Monogatari because reasons I can't really talk about.
Chris, score.
Obligatory.
Yeah.
You watched Spock and Monogatari at some point. You might remember like one thing.
No, I didn't. I recommended it because I was interested in it.
Oh,
But no, it seems really good. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 is perfect.
Mega
Seems
score.
promising at this
Obligatory
point.
score.
I'm just gonna say 9.
Good. All right. That leaves us, and we finished pretty quickly. It's because we were just talking about the one that
Anime homework done.
Not quite. You keep saying that, but it's literally we have to go do the other thing.
I say that because the time code that I give people is the time code to hear.
Oh, okay, that makes. You could
Yeah.
say part 1 done, or you know, fuck it, you do you.
Yeah, I do me all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
recommendation time. Fuck.
what?
Exactly.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, no, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
So I've got something. Okay, so here's what happened. Chris won because he fucking. Is this really the most?
Oh
popular
man,
thing
I don't
now?
have to recommend anything.
Nope, you won.
That is
You
true.
recommended Monogatari, which was will go down as the greatest recommendation we've had. I think it's the first 10 out of 10.
It is not the first 10 out of 10.
What else got
It
10
is-
out of 10?
It's the third 10 out of 10?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Wait. What was that thing's name? The one that you really liked.
Steins Gate
Oh, there was that too.
and Da.
The one about the water sports and the butts.
That was Keijo, and that only got like a 6, I think, from me.
No. You gave it 10 out of 10.
It got a 6.5 from me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was Da and Steins Gate for me that got 10s.
Okay. So if the people who have to fucking recommend something are Mega, myself, and Nick. Chris will not be doing anything because he recommended that
Yeah, boy.
to keep it, fair. That's how the fucking system works. It works sometimes. So everyone fucking finds something.
Apparently,
to recommend.
Paul gave Beelzebub a 10.
Did he? That must have been a joke.
Apparently, I don't know.
It was a joke. There's no way. Yeah. Apparently, the most popular show right now is Black Clover, and I don't fucking understand it.
Like when?
It's the newest shonen on the block.
Black Clover. It's I've been reading the manga for maybe a year now. It's basically a generic shonen, and the anime adaptation is awful because of the one character's voice acting. It's a joke this season because fucking the main character does nothing but scream, and it's legitimate. Every word he says comes out as a scream, and it's awful. It wasn't like that in the manga. Didn't scream there, but apparently someone thought it really funny. They went forward with it, and it's a mistake. So, Nick, you got something?
Absolutely not.
Grand.
All right, so are we doing a special week this week or no?
Well, yeah, we're doing a special week right now. You have to go and find a title of an anime that is naturally a haiku.
Okay.
I hope you found that in the 2-month period we had, because we totally talked about that.
No, as in, are we going to do a movie week?
Okay, movies aren't special. They aren't.
Are we doing a movie week, though?
I don't think so. Those usually have some, thought behind them beforehand. And it would most likely become Ghibli. The only reason I'm going to I'm going to recommend Kimi no Nawa because I like it and it seemed convenient. I just watched it a few days ago, and Chris is watching it, so fucking he could talk about it. And it's only like an hour and 40 minutes, so it's simple enough to watch. It's also beautiful as fuck. Animation quality fucking up there. So that just makes it simple. There's my recommendation. Now, as to your fucking question of are movies fucking a special week, no, they are not.
All right then.
You can recommend something normal alongside movies. The only reason that we did a quote-unquote movie week is because it was specifically Ghibli. With that knowledge, go out and fucking find something. Mega, to be hero?
No. I'm actually looking at what my pick's going to be.
Something contemporary?
I have no idea what I'm picking.
I'd recommend something contemporary.
I'm working on it.
Or if you're going to go slightly older, at least something that's good. Let me fucking just throw this at you. Something over like fucking something long like Fist of the North Star probably is not going to work.
I wasn't thinking Fist of the North Star.
You were probably thinking Fist of the North Star.
No, I wasn't. I actually literally have zero ideas.
Ugh.
Oh man, you could go Initial D. Don't go Initial D.
Deja vu.
Right, I didn't mention
I've been
Initial
in this
D.
place before.
Higher on the street.
I'm not gonna
I
pick
know it's
Initial.
my time to go.
Good.
Call
We're gonna
in,
watch
'cause
Initial
I
D at
know
some
it's a
point.
mystery.
We're going to watch Initial D at some point.
At
It's like-
some point, yes. This week, no.
No. Maybe? No. The problem with me is I have a lot of, like, besides Kimi no Nawa, I've got a lot of shows that I want to recommend that are bad. Like Magoya. Or Mayoiga.
Mayoiga.
That's probably works too. Like, they're interesting shows, but they're just not that great. Mega, you can recommend ReZero. I've been meaning to rewatch that at some point. We never did talk about it on the podcast, did we?
I haven't even watched that anime yet.
Fucking great
You
show.
recommended it, Icky? However,
No, I didn't. I went to
Alright.
recommend it, and you fucking shot it down because it was like 2 weeks after it came out, and I wanted to rewatch it then.
What? No, you were recommending it like the when
No.
the last episode would have been released.
I don't think I did.
I will check.
That sounds maybe right, but I also don't think so. Like, I give that a 50% chance. There's not been any news of anything else with this, has there?
Of ReZero? No.
Unfortunate. Oh god, I forgot they were making that. So, that's what the fuck. I found something.
What'd you find?
Let me just give you the description of this. A rap anime about the new transfer student, President Trap-kun. And it looks to be a gag anime about a rap anime about President Trump.
Dear God, no.
It's 2 episodes long.
Tell me they're each an hour long.
Hold up. President Trap-kun. Hold up. Can I get a My Anime list on this? Here we go. Fucking, what is this, Japan? Does anyone not know what Kimi no Nawa is about?
Explain it anyway.
I know
Why
you
would
do,
you need to
Chris. You've been
explain?
watching the movie.
Yeah. It's a weird movie.
I don't. Let me actually find what the basic. I can say what it is. The first like fucking few minutes of the movie. Fucking
Freaky Friday anime version.
yeah. It's like it's this
Yeah.
a boy and girl, a city boy and a country girl, are experiencing body swaps randomly, and they're trying to figure out what's happening. They it's generally Freaky Friday. It's a romance thing though. Certain things they start influencing each other's lives, and then there's a plot twist halfway through the movie that fucks so much shit and left me like, what the fuck? And then, you know, the animation of itself is just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Really fucking good. That's the
Really nice
shortest
anime.
version I can throw of that.
It's a really nice anime.
Should finish it.
It's a really nice movie that I will finish eventually. Not today.
Hour 40 minutes. Really simple to do. Do that during the podcast.
Playing
More
games
incentive,
today.
vote for me. This is where the cut is because these two people are incompetent and didn't fucking think of anything.
Like the
At least
okay.
Mega had the excuse that he didn't think he'd be on the podcast. He's still could have maybe had some reserves.
Little Witch Academia.
Well,
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, it's a real good thing. It's real good. I like it.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Alright, so
What
Little
is
Witch Academia? It's about this witch named Akko who's been terrible at magic her entire life. But now she's going to a school for magic and trying to learn magic herself because she wants to be like her hero, Shiny Shario.
Shiny Charlotte.
Chariot.
What are you talking about? It's
What?
Charlotte. Literally, it's Shiny Charlotte.
That's the dub.
That's not the dub. I don't watch the dub.
It's Shiny Shario. Or Chariot,
Oh my-
whatever.
Are your ears dead too?
No, they are not. It is Shiny Chariot. Chariot. God damn it.
Maraschino. Nick, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
本当にシャリオみたいな魔女になれるの？本当にシャリオみたいなシャリオみたいなシャリオみたいなシャリオみたいなシャリオみたいな
There's the link. Don't scroll down too far.
Oh my, why did you give us to a character?
It is shiny. Wait, no, don't click on that. Don't click it. Fuck.
I already know this, first off. It's not exactly
Okay.
subtle, Nick.
Okay. So, anyway, it's Shiny
I
Shario.
see that.
That's what she's called in the
my
show.
Nick, it's not. Akko doesn't even say that.
It is Shiny Shario. Chariot.
Oh.
It is! What are you talking about?
Okay. Sure. So it's okay. Fucking continue. Fucking. Is that it? She wants to be like her fucking idol.
Yeah.
She's not
her
great at
idol,
magic.
Shiny Chariot, Shario, whatever. It's not Charlotte. Like, in everything that
Charlotte.
I've seen. It's not Charlotte.
Something like that. I know it's not what you're saying, but
Chariot, Shario, whatever. Anyway, it's by Studio Trigger, who've done amazing things like...
the best way to also sum up this fucking show is probably this image.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like, you see her grow into an actual witch and whatnot, which is great. You know, character growth and whatnot.
And it's based off these really well done, really charismatic shorts, which I highly recommend watching if we're going to do this,
Mhm.
if you haven't seen them. I think the only problem, though, is that they didn't think too much about the story in general, and it kind of becomes a little bit generic, especially with certain things that I won't be speaking about. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, anyway, the OVAs are awesome.
Everything,
and
actually.
they were-
Everything's generic. It's still
Yep.
good. It's still really good. It's just generic.
The OVAs were so well received that it actually got the anime adaptation of it, which is great, because the show's great. It looks great. It sounds great. Like, all the animations are awesome. And the
I don't
story's
know about
great.
the music. Apparently, there's
great.
music. I've heard music.
Yeah, no, the music's fantastic.
also
Studio
on Netflix.
Trigger, yeah, which makes it a lot easier to watch. It's Studio Trigger has also done things like Kill la Kill, Kiznaiber, and they're actually a fairly new studio, so those are the two main things they've done.
Been meaning to watch Kiznaiver, but I've heard weird things about it from you, actually.
Yeah, I got to episode 10. How did I not finish it? I'm gonna go finish that.
I got to like the first 5 minutes, and like I have other things to do.
Yeah.
That was like months
Anyway.
ago, though.
Anyway, show's really good. Yeah. And while I'm at it,
While you're at it,
Kimi no Nawa is by Studio... Well, it's by Comics Wave Films Incorporated? Interesting.
yeah, no, I didn't know about them. All I know is they did good.
They've done stuff like, I see absolutely nothing here that I know. Well then. Anyway, they've done Children Who Chase Lost Voices, Dereka no Manazashi, The Garden of Words, Peeping Life, We Are
Garden
the
of
Hero.
Words. That makes sense. Okay, Garden of Words also a movie I've watching. I got like 10
Oh,
minutes
that
into,
one.
and
Yeah,
it's
you should-
fucking beautiful.
Yeah, you told me about Garden of Words.
The reason I know that show is because I was listening to some fucking piano music, and one was based off of Garden of Words. So I went to go see the movie, and fucking, well, I didn't watch all of it, but the fucking visuals are basically like Kimi no Nawa. Fucking super good.
I'm just looking at the poster art for each of the movies they've done. They all look great. So, Mega, what are you recommending?
I'm just gonna pick something from where I'm at here. Mega Man and T Warrior. How about that?
I'm sorry. Did you say Mega Man?
You
Yeah,
just
I think-
lost.
Wait, no. Wait. Did you say Mega Man?
Yes, I did, and I don't care because I know I'm not gonna win as per usual.
Wait. Hold up, though. There's a fucking Mega Man anime. Wait, I want to hold up.
There,
Hold up.
Why wouldn't there be a
There's-
Mega Man anime?
there's technically more than one. There's the original that came out early '90s. There's Mega Man and T Warrior, which is the whole.
Post a link to this. Gotta be on like my anime list or something.
It's pretty much Mega Man Battle Network. Yeah, Battle Network from the Game Boy Advance.
Implying I know what
Oh,
the fuck that is.
that was a good game.
See the opening is
Mega Man and T Warrior by Studio Zepic. They've done things like.
when was this made?
2002.
Whoa.
Speaking of Keijo, Zepic has done Keijo.
Seppu?
Really?
Yeah. Zepic is the studio behind Mega Man and T Warrior.
Oh, how they fell from grace.
They've also done stuff like Hayari Narco-san F,
Okay, that makes some sense.
the Black Clover OVA.
Oh. Okay.
They've done To Love Ru,
Oh.
Shooting Star Rockman. Oh, they did Negima,
Oh.
Love Hina.
That's a thing also. Not a VN.
Love Hina? Maybe, probably. They also did Full Metal Panic, apparently, so mixed bag.
There's also apparently 3 seasons of this.
But yes, they've done mixed bag of things. Mega Man and Toy Warrior is about Mega Man. Wow.
I'll be honest, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look horrible.
This series focuses on Lan Hikari and his net navi Megaman.exe as they build their friendship while dealing with threats from various net crime organizations. Along with Lan are friends Mailu Sakurai, Dex Agrion, Yai Ayano, Tori Freud, and their respective navis Roll, Gutsman, Glide, Iceman. Although the series originally remains fairly close to the games in terms of storyline, it begins to diverge greatly partway into the series. For example, there's no evidence showing...
Okay.
What?
May have been in the running until I saw its episode count.
How long is it? 56
25.
episodes?
25 episodes.
I'm seeing 56.
You're seeing 56?
Well, okay, here's the thing. As I said, there's 3 seasons. They all have a different amount of episodes.
Oh, right. This is just season 1.
I'm getting 52 episodes for season 1. Oh, it seems like they omit some episodes from the dub and the sub.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. Did you hear the fucking... One of the top animes right now is Pingu in the City.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Anime is kind of broken right now. For some reason, one of the top animes, and I don't remember what list it is. I think it might be my anime list. I gotta check this. But I'm seeing it on this link that Mega gave me. Pingu in the City.
Pingu in the City? Wait, in the city or and the city?
In. Hold on, let me see this. My anime list.
I just want to mention real quick, season 1 has 25 episodes. Season 2 has 31. And season 3, which is...
Oh, Pingu!
The number 5 anime right now is Pingu in the City.
Dude,
It's scoring at
Pingu?
8.5.
Pingu's an old show. What? Wait, what?
Ranked number 68. What in the world? It's top anime.
Oh my god. Wait, what? Okay, so the guys behind Pingu in the City have done Lock Horizon, Bakuman, Welcome to the NHK, Cardcaptor Sakura. What? Why are they making Pingu in
In
the City?
1986, the Pingu anime children became its own home country, Switzerland. The cartoon became a quickly worldwide hit.
They did baby
Wait,
steps?
hold on. This is a review. Pingu in the City's first weeks in my anime list database have been rather turbulent. We've found everything from obnoxious, unfunny kids giving it either extremely high or lower scores, and its occasional inclusion in the top overall 10 through spam-filled rule-breaking reviews to toxic discussion over status as an anime has given the lack of loud, spiky-haired boys and annoying copy-pasted teenage girls with extremely large eyes among its characters. Okay. Basically, it got put into the database of my anime list, and people have been fucking shoving it to the top for no reason. Okay, this thing's like
Okay.
several hours long.
So it's
Inclusion
not
of
actually an
Adventure
anime
that's
coming
Week's
out this
Grand
season.
Classic Series. It still certainly make for a harmless, quick, and fun weekly watch for the next 20-something weeks. This is new stuff. This is new Pingu.
Wait, it's new
Yeah.
Pingu?
It just
It's
came
new
out
Pingu.
this year. There's
Oh,
only
yeah.
6 episodes.
It's new.
Okay. Well, the studio behind it is good. Okay, this
By the way,
can't be the
it's,
studio behind it.
It's more popular than One Piece.
It's the name of the treasure in the Grand Line, and also One Piece has been on decline, so makes sense.
Better than Inuyasha. It's better than Love Live.
It's doing better than Inuyasha. Wait, Inuyasha?
That wasn't Inuyasha. That was something else. I'm dyslexic.
Yes.
It's doing better than Dragon Ball Super. It's
What?
doing better than Boruto. Jesus.
I mean, I haven't heard too many good things about Boruto, but that's
It's
still
number 36 overall. Oh, no, not 36 overall. Where'd it go? Weird. Whatever. Point being is Pingu's the top right now.
okay. Mega, you're recommending Mega Man NT Warrior?
Yep.
All right. Here are the rules. You get one vote.
I just want to mention real quick, like I was saying earlier, season 1 has 25 episodes. Season 2 has 31. And season 3, which is Mega Man NT Warrior Access, is 52.
I'm getting that the first season of Mega Man NT Warrior is 52 episodes. Or
All right.
56, depending on sub or dub.
On this
So-
website, I'm seeing 25.
Alright, whatever. In any case, here are the rules. You get one vote. You can't vote for yourself. Write the name of the person or something indicative of... Wait, no. Write the name of the show or something indicative of the person recommending the show. For instance, if you wanted to recommend Iggy, you would say Alien, me, Ninja, Chris, Pie, Mega, Canadian.
Like, this doesn't
Wait,
help
what?
anyone. It doesn't help anyone. It
What are
doesn't
we
help the
talking about?
viewers. It doesn't help us.
What is happening right now?
The instructions.
All right.
Like, you can
so
just say
who's-
everyone gets one vote and you can't vote for yourself. That's it. You don't have to go to fucking explaining as to why. We tally it up at the end anyway. Fucking.
I still
shut
like
your
to
mouth.
All
say
right.
it. Alright.
Everyone
It
put
doesn't
in a person.
I already wrote mine.
I gotta write mine. Fucking. Hold up.
Actually, while we're doing this, I could probably mention those 3 games I forgot about.
I am
Go
done.
ahead.
I'm
Or
done.
not.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Look at that
On
one.
the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And it bricked. God damn it.
It did brick. I mean, if you want to take you just want to ignore that bottom part of mine.
sure or not. I don't.
figured
Okay,
out where
we're going to
one.
Firefox.
Firefox.
It's what I use for Roll20.
So
Oh.
while that's going on, I'm just gonna mention the 3 games I forgot real quick.
Do it.
Hard Corps Uprising, Russian Attack, and Galaga Legion.
Literally only heard of Galaga.
Hard Corps Uprising is pretty much Contra,
Okay.
and Russian Attack is pretty much the Xbox Live version of an old NES game, so you don't have to worry about that.
Got it. Which game, Nick?
The
Potato
one,
salad?
the one, yeah, potato salad.
It's not even a potato salad. It looks like cauliflower.
It's potato salad.
Why don't we just play poker instead?
Why would we play poker?
Why not?
Because poker's fun.
Who the fuck is Spiny?
Spiny?
Who the fuck is Spiny?
What are you talking about? I haven't logged in yet, so we'll see.
You had to have put that there. It's a token.
Oh, that's Ian.
Is that Ian?
It's Ian.
Was he? Oh, he was a bug. That's right. Weird. All right. So
The
what are we
bug
doing?
that no one likes.
Alright, so roll a d2. If it's 1, I win. If it's 2, Iggy wins.
How about this? We'll roll a D100. I'll take fucking quarters 1 to 4. You take quarter
Why?
2
Why
and 3.
would we? No.
To make it more complicated.
Doesn't need to be more complicated. If it's a 1, I win. If it's 2, you win. Simple.
I don't like that as much.
Alright,
yeah,
you win.
should.
Okay, we'll roll a D1000. I'll take quarters 1 and quarter 3.
All right, fine, fuck, whatever, sure.
You rolled the 2, but we didn't assign anything.
All right, so what was your thing? You get quarters 1 and 4. I get quarters 2 and 3.
Sure, yeah.
All right, so quarter 1 is 1 to 250, and then 251 to 500 is quarter 2. That how it works?
I didn't hear what you said.
All right, so is quarter 1 1 to 250, and then quarter 2 is 251 to 500. Quarter 3 is 500 to 750, and then quarter 4 is 751 to 1000. Is that how it works?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay. You win.
Yay! 944. Like super in my league.
Yeah, it is. You have gotten so lucky with these rolls, seriously. Like, all of them have been towards you. Like, whenever you've gone to the showdown, like, oh, it's always you.
I hedge my
Somehow.
bets. I know when to fucking hold and when to pull them. I know when to fucking... yeah, I know when. I know how to win.
Alright, so we're watching Kimi no Nawa.
Simple enough, because Chris is already halfway through it. I've already seen it. I'll probably watch it again, though. And it's easy enough to watch in one day.
Yeah.
So, Mega, you've got no excuse.
I might
Yeah, I
watch
know.
it tomorrow.
I'll watch it.
Super fucking quick. It's not hours long. It's just an hour, 40 minutes. And I think most of that is credits at some point.
I already have it bookmarked.
You just keep a tab open. That actually ends the anime segment. Well, there's one thing in there.
Which is...
All
What was I
right.
gonna say?
In terms of total victories since we've started doing the anime
Mhm.
homework, I have won 18 times, which is the most. Chris has won 12 times. Nick has won 7 times. Ian has won nothing ever. Like 18 losing streak. That's impressive. That's like as many as I have won. GLG has won nothing. Paul has won twice, and that's both times he was on for 100% success. Mega has won 3 times, so he can't bitch.
Wait, how many times has Mega won?
3 times.
3?
Really? It's been that many?
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought it was only 2, to be honest.
it's 3. Don't you worry, child. I've already got this all fucking accounted for.
I am not a child.
I mean, relatively.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to fucking compare your age to the sun or, you know, like a tree or something, you're pretty fucking young.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so wait, what are we
How about
doing now?
Pluto? You want to compare your age to Pluto? It's not even a star, but it can still fucking beat your ass in terms of age.
You mean Pluto's not a planet anymore?
It's a dwarf planet, correction, bitch.
Rip Pluto.
Oh, yeah.
Um.
Oh. What are we talking about?
So that ends the anime segment, and I'm gonna quickly, frantically search for something.
Okay. While you do that.
Oh, that's right,
Mega, you
right.
basically already did yours.
Well,
Oh yeah,
not-
corners.
Not fully.
Don't have to add too much, though, so you know.
So,
So Monsieur Corner Colorator, do your thing.
what's up?
Corners are at the weird system we have for no particular reason.
I'm gonna forget. What does anybody do again?
I do Twitch, Iggy does YouTube,
Uh-huh.
Mega does video game, Chris, you do Mecha.
Ian has a music corner for some reason.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go with Dominic.
You
We got
will not
Dominic.
go with me.
Let's go with Dominic.
Deflected. I also activate anti-deflect. Have I talked about this guy?
Overruled.
This might work. I'll keep that as a potential one we can use. That'll have to do. It might have actually been since you've been gone that I found this guy. Might have been. But fuck it. We'll go with this guy then. If I'm going to talk about cool fucking YouTubers that I've been finding, This guy does some pretty quality stuff as well. Known as the Russian Badger.
You've
For some
said
reason-
him before.
Have I?
Yeah.
That's fucking shit.
You can do him again, I guess. Whatever.
Nope. Don't worry. I've got backups. And by
Alright.
backups, I mean I'm looking.
Okay. Good backups then.
Just go someone else. This is dumb.
I mean, only the curator can do that, and he's not here at the moment. So,
I watched too much. This is kind of the problem with this corridor now. Is like, hey, I wanted to fucking recommend some cool people. I kind of ran out of cool people. Okay, how about this guy? And why not? Oh, did he fucking put the fucking list? Oh, it was working. Weird. Fuck it then. Let's do this guy. When did I do the Russian Badger, by the by? Was that the last one?
it wasn't last one. It was like 2 ago?
Really? Huh. Well, then this guy, Ken Ashcorp. Fucking a music-based channel affiliated with actually quite a lot of YouTubers and fucking memes. He did a fucking, what is it? Do you know that fucking small animation on Newgrounds called Girl Chon in Paradise made by Eagle Raptor?
Yes.
Yeah,
He
I
did the
actually
theme song for that. He did the
Alright.
theme song for that. He does fucking just a lot of fucking whatever he wants to do with music. A lot of weird original pieces and meme pieces. Affiliations with Zone and other YouTubers.
However, it does not seem like he's done much in the past 3 months.
No, he's been very inactive for like the last 2 years. However, some of his older music is still quite good.
Alright.
And very, very weird. Because fuck it, I got nothing else. Nick, your turn.
You're not the curator. You can't do that.
The curator already curated.
I thought
Do you
you were
not see
just telling to us.
That's the
No,
order.
I-
ass.
Yeah, I see Dominic, then you, then me, then he'll BRP.
I don't know if that's the order or not. I think he was just telling... Wait, no, he would have just said BRB if he was just leaving. Okay, yeah. Alright, so... I will be recommending a person who does things on the twitch.television.
And that person is spontaneous cardiac arrest.
I think Nick died.
I didn't die.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, you set it up.
Mothel.
Mothel? Oh, I think I've seen this guy. I don't know what he was from.
He is a Path of Exile streamer.
Oh, then that was what it's from.
His hair is beautiful, his voice is soothing, and he is good at Path of Exile. Makes a good amount of different builds. That fits into most people's playstyles. He also makes videos about his builds on the YouTubes, like full build guides and whatnot. And so he puts out a consistent stream of content, which is nice. So you won't run out of things with him. Yay.
Oh, great. I got a fucking golden classic card pack. Thanks, Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, Twitch Prime. I got a golden odd stormer from mine, which is cool.
I'm not even going to open mine.
Okay.
I don't have the game installed. I can't open it.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty
Memorabilia.
sure if you gave me your accountant credentials, then that would be considered account sharing, right?
Okay, yeah. So I don't know where that came from. I don't even know how that would benefit you.
Oh no, it wouldn't. It was just be me opening your pack for you.
You could get you could have a golden Sylvanas. Congratulations. That's about
Yeah.
the highlight of my account.
No, it wouldn't. Basically, yeah.
Fucking old.
So Canada.
He's a fucking Path of Exile
Oh,
streamer.
it's my-
I've watched him. He's good.
My turn now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your turn, Canada.
So when do we
well,
abolish borders?
Now,
I think so.
or we swap corners.
No, that went terrible the last time we tried that.
I don't think it went terribly.
fantastic. Like, I wanted to keep the corners swapped because I figured that this would happen, like, really soon afterwards.
Yeah, no, I'm running out of people. I really only wanted to fucking recommend Soviet Womble because he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that anyone
Technically-
actually fucking watches this.
Technically, my corner is the only thing that's not really that hard to do.
That's because you're fucking you. You just happen to be the one person that plays so many games.
Exactly.
I mean, I also have like a huge backlog of games I can just go through.
Yeah, but you were shite at it
I talked about my game.
horribly.
Over and
Literally, the last interaction I've had with Ian over Curse was from that day, and he says he has not finished at like fucking 2:32 a.m. I left again. He's actually fucking do it again. Let us never, in fucking caps, let Nick have the game ever again. That's
That
Yeah,
was
no.
because I was going through more than just my one game. Also, Chris is back.
Hey,
I don't know what you did, but you fucking were annoying. I don't
He
remember at
talked
this
about
point.
like Game Boy Advance games, and like he talked about one, then he went to his next one, and he kept going on and on about it.
Right.
Yeah, so you're not. No.
Anyway, we can swap. I mean, I can just take your corner. You can take Mega can take my corner, and then Iggy takes
Does
Mega's
Mega
corner.
watch Twitch streams?
I
Like,
don't.
I know he.
Like-
I don't want that many.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
wouldn't
he
be that
watches
efficient.
Sinu, Rio. That's about
I
it.
could just retire from corners for a while, and you could take it over.
The YouTube one.
I'll retire for a while, and when I get a new backlog, I'll fucking take it back.
All right, sure. Why not?
Until then, you do it, because it seems like more interesting.
I will. All right, so officially, I now control the Twitch corner and the YouTube corner. Wahaha.
Sure.
Or I can just do YouTube corner instead of Twitch corner for a while.
Sure.
Or you could just like mix it up. One podcast you do one of them, the next podcast you do the other.
Anyway, Christopher, you're the last person for the corner.
I haven't even
oh,
done
man, everyone
mine.
already went.
The last
I
person for
haven't
the
talked-
corner.
I haven't talked to you about mine.
That
All right,
Mega,
Mega,
he's
what-
still the last person
Mega?
for the corner, considering that you're going first.
Go, Mega. Do
Yeah.
it.
Let me talk about the shit game, which is Universal Studio Theme Park Adventure.
Go on.
It sounds terrible.
It is. It got released on the GameCube, and it was published by Kemco, who's made other bad games like Superman on the NES. But pretty much for this game, it's like if you can't go to Universal Studios, you can play it. You can go there on console and pick up garbage, lots and lots of garbage to earn points, to ride, to go to attractions like a Back to the Future attraction, Jaws, Jurassic Park, E.T., Backdraft. You can play a mini game in Wild Wild West, or you can walk around finding letters, and then at one point you can answer movie questions.
What?
This is getting real.
Never play this game. I've beaten this game. Never play this
Why?
game.
Why is it so loud?
So
He's talking about Hearthstone.
It's fucking killing my ears.
I thought you didn't
So-
even have it installed.
I installed it. It's that fast.
That fast?
As you pick up points, well, as you pick up garbage, I mean, you have to put them in the trash, and then you earn points, which then you go up to a guy who sells hats. You buy said hats, which allows you to go on these rides.
It wasn't even golden legendary. It was just a fucking golden pack. Got a golden pit lord. It's like my pit.
There's also technically Waterworld, but you don't do anything in Waterworld. You just do one thing, then it's done. So for pretty much everything that you can have mini games in, like say the Back to the Future one, in order to get to that ride, you have to get the Back to the Future hat, which costs a certain amount of points. After you get this hat, you have to wear it, walk all the way to where the Back to the Future ride is, and then you play a mini game to earn a stamp. There's two different kinds of stamp. One's blue, one's red. Red means you did the best. Blue means you can do better. So you have to go to every single ride. Back to the Future is pretty much you have to stop Biff, who has his own DeLorean for some reason. Jaws, you have to hit Jaws a certain amount of time and survive. Jurassic Park is a rail shooter.
Yeah.
E.T., you pretty much ride your the bike like in the movie, and you have to get from one place to another. Backdraft, pretty much being the only best one, technically. You walk around with a hose and stuff, pretty much because you have to stop fire, save people, and then stamp. The Wild Wild West one is pretty much you have to shoot targets and get a better score than the person you're against. And then after you do that, you have to make sure that you do a movie quiz to earn a stamp. And then you have to pick up every letter that spells Universal Studios. After you do all of that, which actually takes a couple of hours, not long, you go back all the way to where you buy the hats, which then you can trigger the final ceremony type of thing, which is pretty much like a small cutscene, and then you beat the game. Never play this game. This game is bad. That's pretty much the game. I give it a 1.
Damn.
I feel bad that I actually beat this game.
There's
You bought it
manual?
anyway.
Is
No,
it
actually-
writing all the rights?
You know what? I actually did not pay for this. This game was given to me.
Well, you should probably stop being friends with that person. And if
They
they're
want to see
offending
you lose.
Okay,
Just
well,
disown them.
I will mention this. This was my third ex, and I don't talk to her. So, yeah.
oh, I see why.
My third ex was like one of the 2 worst. But yeah, I beat this not long after Chris left, and I wish I could have my hours back that I played this, even though it was like 3 to 4 hours, give or take.
Alright.
Never touching this game again.
I mean, what if you have to move and then you have to pick it up so you can, put it in a box?
I mean, playing wise.
Well, then you should have just said that. The other way makes it seem like you wouldn't even touch the box of the game because it's contaminated by some type of radioactive material.
Oh no, trust
So
me.
notice
If I had a choice to not touch the box, I would. But I know at least that I have to do if, like, the next time I move or something.
I mean, you don't technically have to touch it, you could just burn it to smithereens, though then the ashes would technically still be considered part of the box, in which case you would have to put the box into a hyper-contained self-actualizing material, which you could then launch into space, so that way by the time it would ever return back to Earth, you would be dead, so you wouldn't have to touch it.
But you're also technically forgetting that I collect games no matter how good or bad they are, so technically this is part of my collection.
I mean, we're
Sadly.
just going along with your interests and what you've said.
Did I sound excited to talk about this game?
Absolutely.
Like, literally, I opened that website that I use to keep track of what I have, what I've beaten, and what I haven't yet. And I'm like, the first game that I stop on is what I'm going to talk about. And sadly, this was the game.
He's dumb. He's good.
Okay, he done?
He's good.
Yes,
Seemingly.
I'm done.
Cool.
Hey, Chris, you're fucking doing your fucking not today corner?
The Mecha Corner.
Because I don't have any mecha things to talk about, but I went to basic and I want to talk about it. So I'm just gonna do that for a couple of weeks
Yeah,
until I run out of shit to talk about.
Alright.
Your basic corner.
So
Pretty
today
basic.
we're gonna go over the people that I had to deal with.
Ooh, I don't know why you didn't bring this
Specifically
up like earlier.
No, we're gonna specifically go over we're gonna specifically go over the I don't know how many there were. Maybe like a quick thing. Essentially, okay, so there was 200 plus of us in a company, and then we were divided into platoons of around 60 people. And so there were only 4 bays, so they designated one bay the female bay. Unfortunately, that bay was 4th Platoon's bay, which was the platoon I was a part of. So all the 4th Platoon males were unfortunately put into each of the rest of the 3 bays. So I was put into 2nd bay with 2nd Platoon, but there were at least a couple of other 4th Platoon guys with me. We had, let's see, all right, let's go. So we had everyone. I was like it was alphabetical, so we had everyone from Adams to Davis. Adams was an 09 Sierra, which means he was an officer candidate, so he was going to go off and do bigger and better things than the rest of us were, since he was going to be an officer and get paid a lot more to do a lot less. He was kind of a prick since they had a bachelor's degree. Kind of thought he was better than the rest of us. And then he was also Bay leader for a short amount of time, and also generally just didn't really care. It was weird. Next one up was Alfaro. He was just a quiet kid. He just came out of high school, was looking to go to college, decided to join the military. But he was incredibly quiet. I mean, you could talk to him and he'll talk back, but he wouldn't start conversations. He'd just kind of be there. Then we had Anderson, who was just a piece of shit. He somehow passed basic, but he caused a lot of bad things to happen. Like one of the things we learned was like if you hear that, like if you hear mortar fire or whatever, or like a missile coming towards you, or you're supposed to go incoming and then like hit the deck. So
Standard.
the day we learned that, he we were standing around, we were like getting water, and so we were like refilling our camelbacks and stuff, and like they used the whistle that they were using for practice, and so everyone did incoming except for him. Him and a couple of other people like were just too slow to realize what was happening. So he was standing up while the rest of us were all on the ground. And he's like, "Oh, guess I'm dead." Company commander happened to be there.
There wasn't.
Hmm?
There was or wasn't a commander there?
The company commander happened to be there and happened to hear his stupid little comment.
Oh.
So, all the people that were standing up, the rest of us that were on the ground, had to pick them up, and then we had to take them to a helicopter pad that wasn't too far away. Except we only made it about
Why?
halfway to the helicopter because they said they were dead and we needed to technically take casualties away.
Oh.
So halfway to the helicopter pad, our drill sergeant goes, you know what, fuck it. Everyone just get down and do the low crawl. And the low crawl is essentially just a weird kind of, it's essentially you kind of just rub yourself along the ground as you slowly move forward.
Army crawl.
It sucks. Another thing he did was they had a couple of vendors visit us before the end of basic, they had a couple of vendors visit us, and they were like selling clothes and stuff. So he bought some. He decided that they had told us not to wear it at all. Like, just throw that shit in your locker. You'll be gone in a couple of days. Don't worry about it. Don't do it. So he decided that he was gonna wear it outside in the bay and not go into the restrooms or the laundry room or the shower room. Nah, he's just gonna do it right in the middle of the bay. And then a drill sergeant walked in.
Not bad timing.
No, it's just stupidity. If he was gonna actually do it, he could have at least gone to the restroom, where like if a drill sergeant did walk in, he could have hidden it. But no, he was just outside in the bay. Oh, I guess I'll just try on this shirt. Stupid motherfucker. Alright, so next up, Allred. Allred was kind of weird. It was him and Brashear, and they were like really close. Quite disturbingly so. Brashear was just a piece of shit. He didn't want to wake up for anything. If you woke him up, he just get really angry. There was Barnes. He was this very, very timid sort of guy that the drill sergeants like to pick on.
Liked to pick on, really?
Yeah, they just like to pick on him. It was funny. Like one time, like he went down. Like we did this thing called Victory Tower, and you're supposed to rappel down like a 40-foot tower, and well, he went down and he was screaming, and the drill sergeant recorded it. It was wonderful. Showed the entire platoon. It was great. They like to pick on him. Just call on him. Just just call on him to go to just talk to another sergeant, to another drill sergeant. And then there was B-Man. It was like
B-Man?
B-Man.
Was he
Yeah.
half man, half bee? Does he like jazz?
No, but he was a previous prison guard.
Oh,
He wasn't that bad. He was generally a chill guy. Yeah. Already went over Bashir. Then there was Bridges. He was this country boy from Oklahoma who was nice enough to let me go with his family on Family Day because my family wasn't getting there till about the end of Family Day.
you had a family day? What's family day accomplish?
Family Day is like essentially your family comes, and your family comes and they get to spend the day with you, but you do have to
Make
go back
sure
to
you're
the
not
barracks
dead.
at the end of the day. Sure, why not? What is it? Then there was Brown.
Was he
the
brown?
20. Brown? No. Brown was a 25 Sierra like me, but he suffered from motivation issues.
Sounds like it'll go over well in the
Like,
military.
like 3 days in. 3 days in. 3 days in, he wrote out like a resignation. He wrote out like a resignation letter that like he didn't want to be there, and that he was gonna go to college and get a degree so he could come back and be an officer.
Oh.
Which did not bode well for him. He was after that known as a quitter, and after that it wasn't that bad for him except until the end, because essentially one of the requirements for leaving basic is to pass your PT test with at least 50 points in each category. He couldn't, and they kept giving him and every other person that failed the PT test like try after try after try, and he just couldn't do it.
PT is just physical training, right?
Physical training. The PT test. Push-ups, sit-ups, and a run. I know it's 35 push-ups to get 40 points in 2 minutes. Right, the amount of sit-ups you have to do in 2 minutes. And the run time is like 30. 2-mile run. So yeah, he couldn't do it. I think he had a problem. He had an issue. He had a major issue with sit-ups, and his run was a bit iffy. Like he was skirting the line of passing and not. But he had issues. Carrera was this shitbag from Guatemala who only cared about himself. He's just like, fuck the rest of y'all. I'm only here for me, and I will do whatever the fuck I want. So just constantly being an individual and getting us all fucked over. Then there was me. I was there. And then the last person we had is Davis, who was ex-drug dealer. Those were the guys.
Ex-drug dealer?
Yeah. I imagine he probably didn't tell the military about it.
Maybe not. Like in Real Life Bandit all of a sudden. That's
Well, to be fair, recruiters aren't looking for people that are actually going to make it. I mean, they're kind of looking for people that'll actually make it, but for the most part, they're just looking to fill in the numbers. I need this many people. I need to recruit this many people this month. All right. So when you go in, just don't tell them about things. So we had there were like a bunch of people that had like medical injuries that should have disqualified them, but they're still there. Like,
is that hard to get
asthma
recruits these days?
Yes, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think just like a couple of injuries that they don't want you to have, but a couple people did. So yeah, those are the people I had those are the 4th platoon members I had to live with in the Bay, which was terrible. But more on that later, because
You survived.
I somehow need content. I somehow need content for the rest of these weeks.
That's probably all things I suppose. I've run out of content. Whatever, that works.
All right.
We're only
That's
about
weird.
40 minutes off about our allotted time. So I think it does feel like it's a good place to end it. Didn't go off for 7 hours like I thought it would, so that's good.
I mean, it'd be 7 hours of
This podcast just felt slow.
It's weird because we're not in the swing of things. It was laid back.
Yeah.
We're just
Probably.
rusty at it again.
Not a lot happens because we was trying so hard to hold on to information that happened a few months ago. Why?
Yeah, and it's all just kind of.
I mean,
petered
the
out.
highlight for me was fucking trying to talk about MegaMetalGamer, but fucking not talking about the rest of it. I'm just glad that's over.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and now we're gonna watch.
I mean, if we
Kimi no
learned
Nawa.
anything
So, Mega.
this podcast, it's that you should
Your
go play
name.
Doki Doki Literature Club and have anything experience.
Mm-hmm. So Mega,
I
Kimi
will
no
watch
Nawa.
it.
You already
Got that?
bookmarked
Don't
it.
worry.
All right, write it down as like on a
bookmarked it.
note,
I'll see
physically,
I'll
and
Set
put
it-
it in your wallet,
set it-
so that way
Set
when
it
you
as
ever
your
open it
computer
up,
background. Can't forget it.
he'll forget it immediately because he always has a window open.
No, trust me, I won't forget this time.
All right, if you do, well, I hope you like your nuts where
Public
they are.
crucifixion
I do like where they are, thank you.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
in the jar, because
I actually do want to go to the kitchen because I'm actually hungry right now.
You know what? Speaking of, I should also make. It's 8:22,
Mm-hmm.
huh? I should go grab dinner.
I mean, you should probably eat dinner instead of grabbing it.
I mean, I grab it and then I eat it.
Specify. All right, so that's the end of this escapade, this chapter, this number 50, halfway to 100. Clearly a milestone. Is it any different from the rest? Gosh, no.
It's probably worse than most of them, actually.
I wouldn't go that far.
This episode's been kind of meh in terms of
Readability.
readability. What listenability? Yes, because you can read wavelengths.
I mean,
technically,
we should
I
do
guess,
something
whatever.
to fucking spicing it up. Oh, look,
Well, you know,
there's a
if-
spice right there. You can see it. There's some spice. What is that? What kind of spice is that? I can't see it clearly. Nick, zoom in. What type of spice is that?
It's
that cumin?
paprika. It's
Oh, it's
paprika.
paprika. Weird. I've never seen paprika that purple before.
That's because it's not actually paprika.
Oh
it's
my
cumin.
gosh, it's the Swafferdonk.
I lied. It's actually coleslaw.
Oh, that's a weird spice.
It's
Oh,
not a
boy.
spice.
It's actually baby spice. It's the Spice Girls.
God damn it.
It went full circle again. The Spice Girls are here.
Whatever. Thank you all for
There we
watching
go.
SooperMrNinja. Bye.